Time to check in on the roads, traffic and weather together on the 8th. How are things moving, Neil?
Well, the road to avoid is the Eisenhower. You're not moving barely at all. You're just inching along on both sides because of a police investigation and a death investigation, shutting the Eisenhower down both sides, inbound from the Reagan to 25th and outbound between 25th and Mannheim. We will keep you posted on that. You want to avoid the Eisenhower for right now. All the other expressways really busy too because of everything going on the Eisenhower. You're taking the Kennedy, you're taking the Stevenson, whatever you can to avoid 290. Really heavy traffic on the Edens coming inbound at Tower. Crash cleanup continues on the shoulder. You're heavy from the spur ramp. Delays past that, and that means 55 minutes to get to the Kennedy from Lake Cook Road. We had delays on DuSable Lakeshore Drive. It looks like a new crash on the north side southbound at Belmont. Traffic getting really heavy from Irving Park Road. On the Tri-State Tollway, make it the Jane Addams Tollway westbound where you're really heavy. Past Arlington Heights Road to Roselle Road. Crash cleanup there continues on the right shoulder. And we have some delays in northwest Indiana today on both sides of 8094. On 94 eastbound through Michigan City because of road work. That's why you're backed up on the toll road eastbound near Klein Avenue in Hammond. Next report, 408 News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, thanks so much. For the rest of today, pretty glorious. Sunshine, clouds, low humidity with a high in the mid-80s. Cloudy and warm tonight, a low near 70. And a little more humid tomorrow. Could get a chance for an afternoon thunderstorm with a high of 82. Right now, 86 at O'Hare, 84 Lakefront.
Featuring the news that matters and breaking news at any time. This is Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Coming up in the next half hour on News Radio WBBM, closures on both sides of I-290 still causing nightmarish traffic for the commute home. We're going to get the latest from Neil shortly. Residents in South Suburban Lansing being asked to shelter in place as police search for a shooting suspect. Right. And President Trump announces a $700 million initiative to boost the U.S. coal industry. The latest on that from ABC News. Cubs host the A's. Sox are off ahead of a series in Philly.
Another day of mostly gains for Wall Street. The Dow up 875, the S&P taking in 31 points, the Nasdaq losing 23. I'm Matt Piper at Bloomberg.
Beautiful today, partly sunny skies, 84 degrees at 4 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Lindsay Davis, anchor of Prime, streaming weeknights on ABC News Live. President Trump announced a $700 million plan intended to boost the nation's coal industry.
We will protect 14 coal plants and 42 coal mines. It's a tremendous number. And build 2 new coal plants and 1 massive new export terminal because we're exporting coal.
The 2 plants set to be built in Alaska and West Virginia would be the nation's first since 2013. The president says he will nominate acting Attorney General Todd Blanche to the permanent position. And today in Ohio, Blanche told reporters,
obviously, I'm honored and humbled that the president indicated he was going to nominate me today. I was with him last night at the dinner when he said that.
It's not clear if Blanche has the support in the Senate. The House Oversight Committee released the transcript of its interview with former Attorney General Pam Bondi, who blamed Blanche for the controversial handling of the release of the Justice Department's files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Votes are still being counted in California's primary, and President Trump suggests Democrats are trying to steal the vote. ABC's Alex Stone has more from Los Angeles.
He says the U.S. attorney will investigate. The president saying
they found a lot of mail-in ballots last night, shockingly.
But California did not just find a lot of mail-in ballots. They are ballots that are legally arriving that were mailed in. It was known for a while Republicans voted in greater numbers earlier, and the earlier results would favor Republicans. Democrats voted later, and so it's expected as more ballots arrive via the mail that Democrats will likely see gains in the coming days.
A Colorado appeals court reversed homicide convictions against 2 paramedics who injected Elijah McClain with ketamine while he was pinned down by Aurora police in 2019. The court ordered new trials citing faulty jury instructions. The NBA banned 2 people from its arenas for life after one ran onto the court of Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night in San Antonio and attempted to take a selfie. You're listening to ABC News.
Crazy, huh? Banned for life.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS. minutes to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today. Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Chicago's news, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 1059 and WBBMNewsRadio.com.
It is 4:03, Thursday, the 4th day of June. Thanks for joining us on this glorious weather day. I'm Lisa Fielding. We have 85 degrees along the lakefront right now. Low humidity, winds out of the south, gusting at 25 miles an hour. Our top story is something we've been following all morning, the closure of the Eisenhower Expressway. It started 6 long hours ago. Illinois State Police and ATF are on the scene, investigating what appears to be a fatal explosion inside of a vehicle on the expressway near Manheim. Here with more on how it's impacting traffic is Neil Fiorito.
Hi, Lisa. Yeah, very active scene here with several police agencies investigating this situation, which happened on the outbound side of 290 again around 10:05 or so this morning, and it does involve a fatality. The Eisenhower remains closed on both sides at 25th, but I-88 is in the process of reopening. That's the Ronald Reagan Tollway. Starting to reopen near 290, so maybe that's a good sign that 290 will reopen sometime here soon. Not for sure. We will have to keep you posted. As always, we do. You can also maybe pick up Roosevelt or another alternate if you'd like to avoid all of these delays making your way eastbound along 290 and along I-88. I'm Neil Fiorito with traffic and weather together on the 8th. News Radio 1059 WBBM.
All right, Neil, we're going to check in with Neil once again in about 4 minutes. Minutes ago, police in South Suburban Lansing released their shelter in place. This is after a shooting near the village's police and fire departments. It happened in the 2700 block of 170th Street, where both police and fire departments are located, but there's been no word on exact location of the shooting. They're searching for a suspect for the past 3 hours. Lansing police said he was last seen wearing a black do-rag, black hoodie, and a white COVID mask heading southbound on 170th Street. And over in West Suburban Melrose Park, officers there looking for a suspect after a deadly shooting this morning at an Amazon facility.
It happened in a parking garage at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in the 1800 block of North 5th Avenue around 9 a.m. Melrose Park police say 2 people were involved in a fight when one of them was shot. The victim was taken to Loyola University Medical Center and pronounced dead. Investigators calling this an isolated incident and say the parking garage is only accessible to Amazon workers. No one is in custody. Andy Dames, Radio 1059 WBBM.
The man in charge of selling the Obama Presidential Center in Chicago says he believes the attraction will be a needed boost for the area, even as neighbors are worried they'll be forced out by rising prices.
Rents have risen by approximately 43%.
Last fall, City Policy Chief Young Yoon told City Council members the development spurred by the Obama Center in Jackson Park has forced some families to make tough financial decisions.
The rent ends up eating first.
And at the Obama Center this week,
we have to take really seriously the concerns of people who live here.
Obama Foundation Engagement Chief Michael Strapmanis told me he and his team hear those concerns.
There is a robust, I would say, community dialogue around how to make sure that the people who want to live here can live here.
That spurred changes, including last fall's ordinance setting aside nearby vacant lots for development of affordable housing. Southside Alderwoman Jeanette Taylor represents the area.
There are thousands of people who've been displaced.
That's got to be a little bit disappointing, no?
Well, I just will tell you what I see. The same people who had concerns about this.
So how can the police go after them?
News Radio 105.
There you go. You got the motorcyclist.
Including a slideshow of the highlights from the museum at WBBM News Radio.
You gotta see that. There's motorcycles on the bike lane right there. You see that there? And with the traffic, there's no way the police can get them. It's absolute. The police can't go after them. See that there? Mayhem.
Judges, sheriffs, and court clerks from various circuits across the state. The High Court wants them to look at which cases get electronic monitoring and procedures for enforcing violations before issuing a report and recommendations by mid-July. There are some 5,500 defendants in Illinois currently on electronic monitoring. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
And a potential teen takeover at Foster Beach could lead to restricted parking and closed-off ramps on Lakeshore Drive. The police department warned 48th Ward Alderman Lenny Hoppenworth that large youth gatherings were planned for today and tomorrow in her area. Out of an abundance of caution, she says parking restrictions and no parking signs will be in place along the lakefront from Lawrence to Foster. If a teen takeover happens, UTA buses are expected to operate on their usual routes. 4:08. Traffic and weather together on the 8th. Lots going on. Time to check in now with Fiorito.
Yeah, the Eisenhower remains closed on either side, Lisa. This is between Manheim and 25th for a police investigation. If you're inbound side to avoid it, stick with North Avenue or Roosevelt. Avoid the outbound side of the Eisenhower by using Roosevelt instead. Or you can use the Kennedy or the Stevenson, which are both very heavy, but good alternates as long as you're moving there. Also, we're looking at a new crash on DuSable Lakeshore Drive southbound at Belmont, blocking at least a lane. Traffic really heavy from Irving Park Road. On the tollways, the Jane Addams remains heavy westbound from Arlington Heights Road to Roselle Road. Crash cleanup there on the right shoulder. Everything out of your lanes. We have big delays on both sides of I-80 in the southwest suburbs. Same with 8094 through northwest Indiana, a lot of traffic. 94 really backed up eastbound, getting near US 421 in Michigan City. Roadwork set up there, and that's why you're backed up on the toll road eastbound. Past the West Point toll to Klein Avenue in Hammond. Some roadwork in the right lane. A backup on the Skyway eastbound, past Stony Island to the Skyway toll plaza. Expressways at Eden still packed in coming in from the spur ramp to Tower. 53 minutes to drive to the Kennedy Junction. At Tower Road, crash cleanup off on the shoulder with a gaper's delay outbound. Please give all involved space. IDOT reminds you to move over. It's the law. It's not a game. Kennedy Expressway, an hour 15 to and from O'Hare. Stevenson out 1 hour to the Tri-State, hour 20 to 355. Coming in about an hour 10 from the Veterans Tollway to DuSable Lakeshore Drive. On the Dan Ryan, you're close to 45 out, close to 30 minutes inbound. 57 getting out to I-80, 20 minutes. Bishop Ford, 23 outbound, 20 minutes inbound. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report, 418, News Radio 105.9, WBBM.
Thank you, Neil. To the rest of this afternoon, sunshine and clouds, breezy and warm with a high of 85. A low near 70 tonight. Another warm one tomorrow, but a little more humid. Could get a thunderstorm as a result with a high of 82. 86 now at O'Hare, 87 Aurora, 85 Lakefront stocks. For the most part, soared. The Dow up 900. The Nasdaq lost a bit, down by 23. It's 410.
Running a small business means juggling. That's what falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber power network, most reliable Wi-Fi, and experience with equipment security included, and with the 5-year price point. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. Your standard for small business. Security and savings in one. When you add it all up, business like Comcast Business.
Switch today.
Got lucky there, huh? Yeah. Yeah, watch these Ubers.
Business day in Chatham will reopen under city management if the 6th Ward Alderman has his way.
We're at the Walgreens at 86th and Cottage Grove, closing according to the company because of theft and crime. Some area residents gathered here talking about how things used to be. Mom and pop storefronts, many now standing empty. Sharon Butler has been here since the late 50s.
When I came to this area, there were a lot of individual stores.
They could be populated again by city-run pharmacies, says Alderman William Hall.
So we can become the landlord. We can give small pharmacists the opportunity to not deal with the overhead.
He's proposing an Office of Pharmacy Access that would open pharmacies citywide. Hall said white people don't have pharmacy access problems, and he said some money could be raised from raising liquor taxes. Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Hundreds of Northside homeowners are getting ready ready to give their stuff away.
More than 200 Ravenswood homes have signed up for the neighborhood's front yard recycle this Saturday, setting out unwanted items for anyone to pick up and reuse. The Ravenswood Neighbors Association says last year's event brought in more than 1,000 people. Organizers say the goal is to keep usable items out of landfills. This year, Ravenswood Freebox is co-partnering on the event, and attendees are also encouraged to bring donations for Cradles to Crayons, supporting kids 12 and under with clothing and school supplies. Glenn Marshall, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Consumer advocates want Illinois' American Water to cut its proposed $142 million rate by 38%. Those advocates are looking for a $54 million cut to the plan after they say the water company overinflated its proposed hike. It comes months after the Illinois Commerce Commission approved a separate $110 million rate increase for the company in 2025. Now that commission will rule on American Water's newest request later this year. A glorious summer-like day. How long will it last? The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming up.
Chicago isn't just a city, it's a stage. From the latest theater premieres and music festivals to food that defines our neighborhoods and art that inspires the world, our newsroom brings you the stories that make Chicago one of a kind. Listen every day. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
That's the problem. You don't know all these drivers. Most of these are Ubers, and they're people who are just trying to make money. They're not trained drivers. You know what I'm talking about? You remember at Harold Washington, they used to have the taxi class there. Remember that? Yeah. On the top floor? And these, you have to learn how to do it. These guys do whatever they want. What happens, right?
Our AI-driven platform matches your business with the right program from over 100 firms, up to $2 million in as fast as 24 hours. Don't wait until it's too late. If you've been in business at least 2 years with more than $500,000 in annual revenue, qualifying is simple. No collateral, no out-of-pocket costs, no hassle. From lines of credit, term loans to revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply in minutes at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.
U.S. Waterproofing, when we're called to fix a basement water problem, and guide you through customized solutions that will fit your needs. We make it easy every step of the way, and we'll treat your home with the same care and attention we give our own. Schedule your free consultation today at uswaterproofing.com and enjoy no interest if paid in full in 1 year. U.S. Waterproofing. A better basement starts with us.
Phil, why should checking accounts charge fees?
That's a good question, Lisa.
And why don't checking accounts pay interest?
Another good question. And I have a solution.
Do tell.
Lakeside Bank has this odd-sounding checking account called Kasasa Cash.
And?
It's free.
And?
It pays interest.
Good answers.
No question. Kasasa Cash at Lakeside Bank is an always free checking account, and it pays interest. Check out Kasasa Cash, because your money should always make money. Lakeside Bank. It's about time. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
4:15, the AccuWeather 5-day forecast sponsored by Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Sewer, and Electric. And here's meteorologist Brian Thompson.
It's been a warm afternoon. Temperatures have gotten into the mid-80s across much of the area, but we've had a nice breeze, and the humidity remains very low. It will be a pretty warm night ahead tonight. Lows will be close to 70 under a partly cloudy sky. Clouds and some sun at times tomorrow. Breezy, warm, and a little more humid with a couple of showers, even a thunderstorm around. High tomorrow, 82. Still have a couple of thunderstorms around tomorrow night, any of which could produce some damaging wind gusts on a pretty muggy night, a low of 67. Humid on Saturday, more clouds and sun, maybe a leftover thunderstorm. It looks like a lot of the time Saturday turns out dry, high of 82. But even so, Sunday, probably still the better of the two weekend days as the humidity comes down a bit. With some sunshine, a high near 80. Then the humidity returns Monday with a chance for some thunderstorms, high of 85.
Hey, look, that's all
86
empty
at
over
O'Hare and at Midway right now, 85 at Skokie, 85 at the lakefront. We're going down to near 70 tonight. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Brian Thompson.
All right, Brian, thanks so much. It's 4:16. Time to visit Lober Motors Mercedes-Benz.
Weird, right? It's like you said, they
once again from the score.
follow Google, right?
Hello again. The struggling Cubs tried to avoid being swept by the A's at home tonight up at Wrigley Field. Cubs have lost 8 straight home games after they had won 15 home games in a row. They are the first MLB team to ever do that. First pitch at 7:05 tonight. Hear the game on 104.3 The Score. There's a hint of Jerry Reinsdorf's favorite player at the top of the current White Sox batting order. WBBM's Rick Gregg explains.
Bernsdorf's on record admiring the grinder effort of David Eckstein, the 10-year infielder who hustled his way to 2 All-Star games in the mid-2000s. One wonders what Jerry thinks of Sam Antonacci, a true spark plug for Will Venables.
He puts himself in a really good spot every single at bat to compete, to give himself a chance. He's got a good swing, makes good swing decisions, willing to take hit by pitches, whatever it is. He's just in that mode where he's doing whatever he can to get on base.
Antonacci's getting on base 38% of the time, which would be 11th in the league if he had enough plate appearances, and he's getting close. He's been hit a major's most 12 times, and while he strikes out more than the ex-Angel and Cardinal Eckstein, Antonacci has shown more power with a quarter of his hits so far, going for extra bases. Covering the White Sox, Rick Gregg, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals tonight at 7 o'clock between the Golden Knights and the Hurricanes. The Golden Knights lead that series 1-0. With sports at 16 and 46, I'm a 104.3 The Score's Adam Stasinski on News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Yeah, thank you. 418 traffic sponsored by Metro. Here's Neil.
All right, plan on a long ride today. All the expressways are super packed, especially on the Edens coming inbound from the spur ramp to Tower Road. Crash cleanup continues there on the shoulder. You're at 53 minutes to drive into the junction from Lake Cook, 22 on the way out. Kennedy Expressway, an hour 15 to and from O'Hare. If you're leaving downtown, heading from that area to the Edens, hop in the express lanes. You will save about 7 minutes. Your delays coming inbound from Cumberland to past the Wintrust mural in your North Avenue and into the Jane Byrne interchange. Outbound backed up, leaving downtown to Harlem Avenue. Police activity continues to close the Eisenhower on either side between Manheim and 25th. Your inbound side is traffic jamming up past Route 83. Consider using North Avenue or Roosevelt. The good thing about I-88 is that's back open, the Reagan eastbound at 290, with outbound traffic closed from 25th to Manheim with this police investigation. Traffic is backed up all the way into downtown, just inching along there, so consider using Roosevelt to avoid it. Stevenson going out 1 hour to the Tri-State, hour 20 to 355. You're an hour 10 in. Southside Expressways on the Dan Ryan, leaving downtown out to the Split, 45 minutes. 27
there you
inbound.
go, fire engines on Lakeshore Drive.
27 on the outbound Bishop Ford, and 17 in. DuSable Lakeshore Drive is packed in on either side. On the north side, hitting near Belmont, word of a crash on both sides there. Tollways, really special delay here, backed up on the Adams westbound. Arlington Heights Road to Roselle Road, crash cleanup there continues on the right shoulder. Most of the tollways are very active. So is Route 53 and I-80. Delays in northwest Indiana on the big roads as well. Traffic is sponsored by Metra. Traffic before work, traffic after work. There's a better way to get there. On Metra, you can skip the stress, avoid high gas prices and expensive parking, and enjoy the ride. Metra, drive less, do more. Next report, 428, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
The weather gets an A+ in my book, I think. Sunshine and some clouds today. Low humidity. Highs around 80 to 85. A low near tonight.
There you go. Thanks for everybody's patience. We have woken up, but we're still in the nightmare. We have terror everywhere. That's terrorism. You're dealing, and I'm sorry, this is SubX.News, 4:20 p.m., June 4th, 2026. We've been writing about this. Our Tuesday article was the transportation, right? Now you hear there's a guy who exploded himself on the highway where we were at, my Manheim. You just heard there was a shooting at Amazon in Melrose Park where we were last night. And in Lansing, there's some shooting in there on lockdown right now. So we're living in terror right now. This is terrorism. Why? Because the police don't do preemptive policing. They allow crime to happen, right? They allow people to search the internet looking at how do I blow myself up in a car on an express and what that will cause. They're not doing the job to stop these crimes, and that's what we're dealing with. And today, I'm late 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I do my thing every day, my routine. But you've seen as we were driving, there was motorcycles on the Lakeshore Drive path. Uber drivers are zigzagging in and out of traffic. That's the problem, right? You have to, I don't want to say arrest your way out of the problem, but you do have to arrest people. You have to confiscate motorcycles. You have to confiscate driver's licenses. If an Uber is stopping in the middle of Lakeshore Drive, he should lose his license forever. Never again should he drive. Ever, ever, ever. Never. He's causing a disruption on a major road on purpose, intentionally. You can say, oh, he's stupid or she's stupid, they don't speak English, blah, blah, blah. But you're a business. See, an Uber is a business. And if you're stopping in the middle of a highway to pick up people, yeah, that's bad. There's sirens all around me right now. There's sirens everywhere around me. There's sirens everywhere right now. There's sirens in back of me. It's a nightmare. It's happening. And good afternoon, Tyrone. I don't mean to be what do you call that? There's a word for what I'm doing. I forget what it is. If I figure it out, I'll say it later on. But the idea is this. All of this, what we're living in, is predictable. It's not unpredictable. It's predictable. It's predictable. When you have a downturn in the economy, people are upset. People are disenfranchised. People think they're getting ripped off, right? What side says people are getting ripped off? Both. The Republicans say we're getting ripped off, and the Democrats are saying we're getting ripped off. By who? You know who are we getting ripped off? By the people who are saying we're getting ripped off. What did I write the other day, last week? Blue or red, we always lose. Blue or red, we always lose. Blue or red, we always lose. Democrats say we're getting ripped off. Republicans getting ripped off. So who's ripping us off here? Who's the ripoff? Who? Me? Driving in my beaten up truck here. Let me show you this. You see how many lights I have on? I have that light, that light, that light. I have 4 lights on. Right? And I have that one there. See that there? Am I ripping somebody off? My car is... I don't have enough money to fix my car. Every time I take my car in to get fixed, it costs me more than I make. Whether I do it with my neighborhood mechanic, or if I take this car into the dealership, it costs me triple. The last time my car was in the dealership, you know, they had it for 3 months. 3 months I was out of a car. And when I got it back, they had lights on. And they said, oh, that's something different. And I paid them $10,000. It cost me 10 grand the last time my car was in the shop. $10,000. 10. It wiped out all my savings. Right, there you go. There's the lady selling food, right? I don't know. In one respect, you say they should hustle, right? In a second respect, is it managed, right? Right? What's your opinion on that, right? You see what I mean? And you hear this sirens all around. Catastrophizing, that's the word, catastrophizing. It might sound like that. You can hear, right? The sirens are all around me. The Lakeshore Drive right here is getting shut down. I'll go that way, right? Right there, see it? There you go. It's non-stop now. It's non-stop. It doesn't stop. So the idea is this. Okay, it's happening. Fine, now we got it, right? John did his thing, right? Here's the thing, 2 things. Why it's happening, right? First you have to identify the why. Why is it happening? Somebody blew themselves up on the highway. How did that happen? How did he get explosives? How did he drive on the highway? How did he blow himself at that time? Was it an accident? Was it on purpose? That's the first way you do it. The second way you do it when something happens is how do you not let that happen again? Right? How do you not let that happen again? We've had people with car bombs, right? We had the Murrah building, right? The Oklahoma City bombing, right? So we've been in these situations before. It isn't like we haven't had terrorism and domestic terrorism in our country. So how do we identify these people, right? And you can say, well, that's profiling, John. That's against our Constitution. No, it's not. Profiling is not against our Constitution. None of it's for criminal activity. See, we've been corrupted to think these ideas. Oh, profiling is racism. Profiling is illegal. No, it's not. So if someone has a baseball bat, now there's a lot of young people here, and they're coming towards me at like 3 in the morning, should I say, oh, look at him. That's That's Minnie Minoso. He's got the baseball bat. 3 in the morning. He's going to go baseball practice. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him. Yeah, I'm being facetious now. Oh, look at him. He's got a baseball bat 3 in the morning on the sidewalk in the middle of downtown. Look at him. He's so cute. Wow, he must be a baseball player. Man, he's coming to knock your brains in and steal your stuff. Do you get where I'm going with this? So what people would say is, oh, you're profiling that person. You're violating his rights. That's what we've become, our society. Remember I talked about that yesterday, survival? We've taken our survival instinct and allowed ourselves to be victims. We've allowed ourselves to be victims. By who? By the people who say they're ripping us off. And the red says they're ripping us off and the blue says they're ripping us. Well, you know who's ripping us off? They both are. They both are. That's the trick. That's the trick we're all stuck in, right? Oh, you videotape drug dealers, John. You're mean. We're gonna shoot you, John, because you're videotaping us selling drugs on the street corner. I said, first of all, don't be selling drugs on the street corner where they're legal. I said, yeah, fentanyl, meth, yeah, they're not legal, bro. Well, here's the next excuse that comes from the liberals. Well, the pharmacies sell it, and you're stopping the black man or the Hispanic or whatever man. And it's weird because the liberals always say black man. It's weird how the white liberals always say black. You just heard the guy on the radio talking about the Walgreens. Well, white people have pharmacies. Well, white people's pharmacies aren't burned down, bro. Why did black pharmacies get burned down? Has anybody ever investigated why when there's a riot, they go to black neighborhoods and they burn down the black businesses? Has anybody figured that one out? Think about that. What that man said on the radio. You heard it here today. He said, white people have pharmacies. Well, our pharmacies aren't burned down. I have an article I'm going to write tomorrow and Saturday. They were trying to burn down our Walgreens and burn down our Target store during the Floyd riots. You know where I was? I was in front of the Target store, and we had another group in front of the Walgreens preventing that. They broke in twice already before that, and we went there to make sure they didn't burn them down. The neighborhood did that. We didn't arrest people. We didn't shoot people. We were in front of each store, and they were coming to confront us. We had a way to communicate with the police that said, hey, they're coming towards us. Why did we do that? See, there you go. What are those cops doing there, right? See the cop. Why did we do that? We didn't do that to protect the store. The store is a store. It's a brick and mortar, right? We did that to protect our neighborhood, to protect what we have. We have jobs. We have access, right? We have an economy. Whether it's the people delivering the goods there, whether it's the people buying the goods there, whatever it is. We protected our economy. Yet, if you drive through African-American neighborhoods, and that's the only neighborhood in the city of Chicago that has this. If you go through the Hispanic neighborhoods, the Indian neighborhoods, if you go through the Asian communities, look around. Why are black neighborhoods burned out? Who burned out black neighborhoods? Who did it? And then people say, well, then it's the racists. Racists come on the internet. Well, that's them. That's them. Like, what's them mean? Well, what kind of behavior is that, them? It's racism. That's the white supremacy. Why? Who said we're getting ripped off? Who said burn down your own store in your own neighborhood, and then what? 20 years later after they're burned down, or even 6 years later after it got burned down, or the COVID rip-offs, a black man gets on the radio and says, oh, the white people got a pharmacy. He's contributing to his own what? Destruction. Using the what? White supremacist narrative. That's white supremacy's doing that. That's white supremacy. It is. You can say, well, whites did go into those neighborhoods and burn them down. Yes, they did. I've monitored a couple of these riots already. Look at this. It's empty down there. You see that there? It's completely empty. Now look at the traffic. It's empty. See that there? Look at this. There you go. You got the bomb truck, right? That's the bomb truck right there. When those Floyd riots started, I have the early pictures of the Floyd riots. The first people who broke into the police station weren't blacks, they were whites. They were white. They were white. The people who were the support, giving the bricks and the firebombs, were white. And most of them looked like they were military people with tattoos, with military clothes. I got the pictures one day, I'll show it to you. It's Getty images. They're not even my pictures. They're Getty images. They had the first pictures of when the riots started. The first pictures. Right when they were breaking into the police station. The George Floyd, that precinct where he got killed, when they first broke in there were white people who did that. Whites did that. Who controls our schools? Who says that people are owed something? Who just went on the radio and said white people have pharmacies? There you go, man. It's mayhem and chaos. There you go. It's right in front of us. You got that? We should put the radio on, right? There you go, man. So how does he get through traffic? He can't, right? So we have to get out of this mindset of them or us. Them or us, or blue or red, or whatever they're making colors up. It's Muslim versus Christian. It's this or that. It's the boogeyman versus the... Who cares? It's the LGBTQ against the straight. Who cares? I don't want to hear that stuff. You know what it is? It's creating a chaos. That's what it's called. It's called management through chaos. There's a whole books on that. I've put out some stuff on it before. These are well-documented books. Naomi Klein, The Shock Doctrine, she's the most modern writer about it. But Von Mises wrote about that. Chaos. He's got a book called Chaos. And it talks about, especially socialists and authoritarians, they rule through chaos. Why? Because it creates fear and distractions. Naomi Klein wrote about it and said, when you have chaos and crisis, you can do what? You can exert more power because people are scared and fearful. And they'll let you what? Violate their rights. And you'll say, oh yeah, arrest him. There you go. Something's going on there, right there, SubX.News. Something's going on. It's right down the street there. I don't know. It's on the bus there or what it is. Right? We're gonna go check it out. I know how to get there. Right? So SubX.News. There's something going on at Michigan and Randolph. You see that, right? And so what happens when you have a lot of crime, you have a lot of disruption? What do people want to do? They say fix it, right? The first thing somebody says is fix it, just like we say. The government's in charge. But here's the issue. What if the government is the one that's causing the harm? What if the government is the one that's causing the violence? Is allowing drug dealing? Is allowing tents in our parks? Is allowing people to break into stores like Kim Fox and said, we're not going to charge them with crimes. Kim Fox, our own prosecutor said, I'm not going to prosecute looting. She said it on the record multiple times. And now we have every day Walgreens being broken into. And then what? The alderman says what? Oh, black stores are closed. Well, yeah, maybe if you would have prosecuted those guys breaking in during George Floyd riots, or you would have did something about it, maybe you wouldn't be in this situation however many years later. Where is that cops at? It's right here, right? So you see, we're in the middle of mayhem, right? That's all I gotta say. We're in the middle of it. But we need to be careful, because what we do is we slip into racism, we slip into supremacy, we slip into whatever you want to call it, nationalism, and the blame game, right? Where people start blaming somebody or the boogeyman, right? It's the bad guy, it's these guys, it's them. When it's actually the person who's telling you there's a bad guy is the bad guy, right? What do I always talk about the example. We're gonna go this way, see what's going on. SubX.News. We're in downtown. We're at Michigan and Randolph. There's heavy police activity here. I don't hear nothing on the radio.
I think you've been 09646, 09646.
There you go. And see how the light sequence is? So I have a green light, but I can't go because there's people walking. Kind of weird, right? Me and my wife talk about, why don't they just have no one walking while there's traffic, right? And then let the people walk, kind of do a different light sequence, right? So there you go. We got some kind of a police activity here. See that there? They're looking for somebody. We're going to listen to the radio now and see what's going on there, right? So there's something going on here in downtown. And there's something going on our highways where a guy blew himself up. There's something going on in Lansing. There's an active shooter in Lansing. In Melrose Park, that sounded like that was a Target or an Amazon place, which there was a shooting in the parking lot. So we've had at least, and this is what I'll say. Those are terroristic acts. When there's shootings at the workplace, they used to call it workplace shootings, but when you're terrorizing a workplace, that's what it is, terrorizing the workplace. See there? Look, watch this. You see that bus there? Want to see something? It's red, and the bus is blocking the road there. See that there? See that guy there? See this guy here? They're blocking the road. See that there? So, who causes the traffic jam? The bus did. The bus caused the traffic jam. And the bus is who? The government. Now look, where am I at? What do you see here? What does everybody see? Then let's stop and relax now, right? Because I got to do a couple of postings. Look at what we see. What's in front of you? Nothing. That's the chaos. That's it. You just witnessed it with me in the two. Look. Watch. Let me make I can go in circles here. Look at this. See where the chaos is? The chaos is a half a block from me. The chaos is right here, right? Right there. It's a half a block. And you're like, wow, that was crazy traffic, John. Lakeshore Drive is bombs and this bomb and that bomb and crashes and carjackings and killings and murders. And now look, I'm in the middle of downtown. Right now I'm in the middle of it. Right? Middle is coming up. It's 4:39 p.m. It's right. Look at this. I'll show you guys this, right? I hate these where it pops everything up on your phone and doesn't let you do what you want to do. So it's 4:40 p.m. It is June 4th, 2026. We just had a bomb attack on one of our highways. There's a killing in Melrose Park in a parking lot, and there's an active shooter in Lansing, and there's some stuff happening on our drives. But look at where I'm at here. I'm right at Lake Street in Garland. Lake Street in Wabash. We're in the middle of downtown, right here. Let me show you this. Right? Let me show you this. There's no one here. There's no one here. There's a crisis over here where the people are bottlenecked. There's a lot of traffic right here. There's a lot of traffic on Lakeshore Drive, right? But there's nothing here. It's absolutely empty. So you have to start thinking to yourself, why would that be? Why would there be so much traffic somewhere else? Why would there be crime? Why would there be some mayhem? Why would there be explosions? Why is there shootings? And then, wouldn't you think it'd be chaos everywhere, right? But look at where I'm at right now. I'm gonna do one more circle, right? I'm gonna show you. And then you can look at the people's faces when they're driving. You know they're not from here. They don't know what to do. You can see how they're looking, right? You can see it on their faces. They don't know how to drive inside of the city. They're not from the city. I've been driving in the city for a long time. So how many circles did I make already? How many circles have I made here on Lake Street? How many times you want me to do a donut? How many times did you want me to do a donut? Do you see what I'm doing here? I've done this on State Street. I've done this on Michigan Avenue. I've done this on Wacker. Now I'm doing it on Lake Street. We just had an explosion on the highway. We have something going on in Lansing, an active shooter. We have something that happened in Melrose Park. We have something happening on Lakeshore Drive. And what am I doing here? I'm doing circles in the middle of my downtown. You see that guy with the ladder? I don't know what he's doing, right? You want to see one more? How many did I just do? How many circles did I just do? This will be number 3, right? You got all these Uber drivers, Door Dashes, and all this, right? I don't know where you're going. Yeah, you're not walking in the crosswalk, lady. You should do that in the downtown. So that's 3 times I made donuts now, right here. Did you see what I just did? Look at it in front of me. There's no traffic up there. But if you go really a little bit out, there's chaos. If you just go 1 block, there's a chaos. So then we have to figure out why that's happening and why isn't the police managing that? Well, maybe because the police... How many circles did I just do? 4, right? Are you keeping track? Tyrone, how many times did I just do a circle here? How many times did I just do that? I'm in the middle of downtown. You want to see the drug dealers right here? There they are. There's guys dealing drugs right there. See the drug dealers? There they go. Right? There you go. So you have the cops with their lights on in certain areas. You have bombs blowing up in certain areas, and then you drive by the local 7-Eleven and you see the drug dealers, right? Right there. We'll go this way. We'll show you. There might be some drug dealers up here by this 7-Eleven, right? They always rob this 7-Eleven. Right? We'll show you that up here, right? So there's drug dealers and users there at that 7-Eleven. There's no traffic here again. Look at this. There's no traffic on Wabash. 0 traffic. None. This is the height of rush hour. It's 4:40 p.m. There's no traffic. Yet there's traffic and congestions in certain areas, right? Why is that? Because it's a managed chaos. It's crisis. There you go. There you go. That dude's jacked up right there. See him? That dude's all high. He's jacked up. See him right there? Look at that. In the middle of downtown, right? He just bought his drugs right there, right? The Uber driver's in the middle of the no parking zone, right? All right, look, let me show you this. So this guy here, he's not supposed to be there, right? It says counsel it, and he stops his car there, right? And he's an Uber driver, right? Look at this guy. That dude's all jacked up right there. See that dude? He's all jacked up. That guy right there, he's jacked up. So that's what we have. It's a managed chaos, and it's on purpose, right? That's what you're watching here. It's SubX.News, 4:45 p.m., June 4th, 2026. Downtown Chicago. We're at Wabash and Lake Street. You just seen it. There you go. There you go. And then what do they do? And you're gonna say, here's the ending of it. And you can say, well, why do they do this? Well, when there's a chaos, it's always easier to steal. It's right? And that's the point, right? Fake chaos and managed crisis. That's what we're living through. On purpose disruptions to our daily lives that are directly caused and initiated by the government. 4:45 p.m. Michigan and Lake. I'm posting that video I just made. Everything you're witnessing is created by the government. Why? They have the satellites. They have all of your phones. Remember yesterday I was complaining about my phone that I had to do all of the fingerprints to log in and blah, blah, blah. My car has GPS. Every car has GPS now. So you don't know what's going on, where the traffic is? Sure you do. Sure you do. You do know where the traffic is. There you go, man. See this guy right here? You gotta see that guy right there. There you go. That guy's jacked up. Where did he get the drugs? Here, where do you get drugs downtown? Downtown Chicago, right? Like I said in my article from last year, CTA has become the dope man, right? Well, downtown has become the drug spot. See that guy there? He's jacked up. Look at him. He's jacked up right there. So do you think he drives on a train to come downtown to buy drugs? You think he buys the drugs somewhere in the suburbs or in the block, in the quote bad neighborhood, and then comes here? Absolutely not. He buys the drugs downtown, right? He buys the drugs downtown. That guy buys the drugs right here. Somebody's selling him the drugs. That's what you're watching, right? I'm just posting in this video, right? There we go. So the idea then is why do we let this happen, right? Why don't we do this? Why don't I throw on the radio call because I'm doing too much talking.
Frequency
Let's
mode.
hear what's happening with crime. Give me a little break. I'm a little dehydrated, maybe. You just seen a bunch of stuff, and I did a bunch of talking. So let's put on the radio calls. There you go. You got some Mondos there. Those are migrants on those e-bikes, right? There you go. Bankruptcy, and then what happens when you file bankruptcy? Well, somebody else gets the ownership, right? That's what happens, right? It's money. It's all related to money because we're in a money transfer now, in the new wealth to old wealth, right? Because that's what's happening now, right? We're transferring the money, and the old people, the baby boomers, don't want to give it up, right? And the new people, the Gen Zers, want it, and our generation's stuck in the middle of them, right? Pretty complicated thing.
563 Adam.
Squad Club, RV 45082.
Let's hear what's going on in downtown, right? We're gonna hear what happened on Randolph over there, right?
09477. 09477. 383 David. 733 David. You get numbers for Garfield Red Line Station. 09488, 09488. 383 George. 7383 George. The one for the Roosevelt Red Line. 0949, 0949. 7383 Island. 7383. Number Jackson Red Upper, please. 733 Eddie. 09522, 09522.
Units in 1 in citywide robbery just occurred 151
She's jacked up. She just laid down. She ain't homeless. She just laid down. She's all high. That lady, you just seen her lay down right there in front of you, right?
09845, 09845.
Jefferson Hard Blue Line.
Take you van 09562, 09845, 09845. Thank you. 7360 Davis. 1063 Davis. 1063 David on Citywide 1. Okay, order up a key.
You guys just witnessed it. That's not a homeless person, that's a drug addict. So we've been sitting here at Lake and Wabash. We've been showing you some chaos that's happening all around here. And that white lady, drug addict, just came around the corner. Look at her. See that there? It's a drug addict. See that there? It's a white drug addict. See that there? She's all weirded out. She doesn't know what she's doing. See that there? It's a white drug addict. She's drugged out. Look at that. See that? See that there? It's happening in downtown Chicago. You got the drug addict zombies walking all around here. See that there? No one's doing nothing about it. You guys just witnessed it, right? White drug zombies have invaded downtown Loop. White drug zombies have invaded downtown Loop. Drug zombies have invaded the Loop. You just seen her, right? While we're sitting here, you've seen it unfold in front. Where's the police at? The police do nothing about that, right?
The number for 69th and the red line. 09612 09612. 7388 Adam. 7388 Adam. Can I get a blue light second O'Hare, please?
And that's a school right there. That's a community college.
09626 09626. Step 4. 383 Charlie. 7383 Charlie.
You just seen that in front of your eyes, right? So where is she getting the drugs from here, right?
Alright, take you there, 09634, 09634. 7383 David.
I'll get a number for Jackson.
I take you then 096.
09896 with 09896.
John. 7383 John. Welcome, Lake Flower. 09675 09675. Hey boy. 7334. These are the event number for 792 red line.
Ready to go?
09697, 09697.
So while we're sitting here, the stuff that we're talking about happens.
Can you put them on the ticket? I'll go with the first DM. Chicken boy.
And what happens? When I talk like this and I'll talk about traffic, the liberals will say, look at that stupid man. We just had a bomb on the expressway. Look at him. He's stupid. He's dumb. That's why I did the circles in the middle of the road to show you there's no bomb crisis. There is no crisis. It's a created crisis by the government. Right? You just seen a lady drugged up. She was sitting over there. Now wherever she's at. I don't know where she went.
09907, 09907.
These are all created and managed crises and chaos. They're not random. They're not unexpected. They're created, and they're created by the government. That's what you're witnessing. You just witnessed it. Why? You just seen the drug addict, right? That drug addict is on drugs from somebody selling drugs in downtown. So it's a created environment, right? Someone created that environment.
2654 North near Kansas, McDonald's. College age 10 male black teenagers are shooting BB guns inside and outside of the location. Unknown injuries. No further details. No further info. Zone 12 clear.
2383 Eddie. Eddie, 739 Eddie. 7383 Eddie. Savant. Number please, 36 on the red line. 09738, 09738. 87 Charlie. 7387 Charlie. Can I hear a number for the Howard Street red line?
7383. Number for 793 red line.
099. Carfield red line station.
And there's a shooting in Lansing, right? Let's go, right?
09800.
Alright, let's get out of here.
7383 Ida. That number of Jackson red upper, please. 09837. 09837. 73884. 73884. Hello, number in Montrose and Blue Line, please. 09845, 09845. Can you repeat that, please?
09845,
09845. Thank you.
69 in the red line, what do you got?
73874.
Late 40s.
Well, see, there's still no traffic over there.
From Roosevelt, St. Louis going eastbound. Can I have a exhibit number, please? 10-4, take 09877, 09877. 320. 7320. So I'll get a number for Jackson. 09896, 09896. 388 Adam. 7388 Adam. Line check at Rosemont, please.
I don't know why I'm waiting here. That road's closed. Why am I waiting here? There's no cross traffic. Right? Look, what I always tell you, look at the streets. There's no cars here, right? Let's see if this dude that does drugs is right over here. Oh man, you want to see the drug dealers? Want to see them real quick?
09964.
You can smell the weed all around here, man.
Late 40s, just a little intoxicated.
09955, 09955.
Pretty wild, huh? So you see the drug dealers, right? You want to see the migrants? I'll show you the migrants. Those are the migrants over there. The migrants are on that side. And who knows, they deliver drugs too because they're DoorDashers. Everybody knows that? People use DoorDash to deliver drugs. Got that? They got that?
Female caller.
Yeah, take a 099.
Threatening her. She's inside the station. No further. So, 2 is good.
Anyone available for the Wilson Rail Line?
384.
So they sell drugs in front of all these convenience stores here. See that there? And then now they're separating the migrants because they had a knife fight over here. The migrants over there. But has anybody ever looked into, do migrants actually deliver drugs from the drug dealers? And the answer always has been yes, they do. That don't mean all the migrants are drug dealers or drug runners, but that just means some might be and some are. That's what you got. Look into it, you'll see. We've been doing this for a little while. Take it easy, SubX.
87 Charlie.
Alright, it's 5 o'clock. Alright, see the migrants right there? There you go, right? See the migrants? Alright, let's list some news, right? Let's see what's happening on the news.
986 09986.
Oh, they try to slash my tires, bust my windows, all kinds of stuff.
Including the country's president, as the administration continues to pressure
drugs, drug runners on the other side, right?
Former National Security Advisor John Bolton
drug runners
guilty to illegally retaining national security information. ABC's Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas has more.
The source that I spoke to said that this involved Bolton allegedly storing classified information, or excuse me, national security information in diaries.
not that he
Mondo's as drug runners in downtown Chicago. Is that possible?
Colorado Appeals Court reversed homicide convictions against 2 paramedics who injected Elijah McClain with ketamine in 2019. You're listening to ABC.
Penny Mustard's exclusive line of double-sided hybrid mattresses combines a supportive coil spring center with specialty foam.
A flippable mattress that will change the way you sleep.
Your new double-sided hybrid mattress improves your Wi-Fi signal, reduces nightmares, and eliminates bedhead.
No. None of that is true.
But every mattress is made in Wisconsin and built to last.
Plus,
oh boy,
our mattresses help you remember every password, every song lyric, and every birthday of everyone you know, including your dentist.
Look, we can't prove
Those are
any of
migrants
that, but
right
Penny
there.
Mustard's breathable double-sided mattresses have been proven to last.
You don't think you can have 2 apps, one deliver food and one deliver drugs?
Oh no, your new Penny
It's the
Mustard
same thing, isn't it?
wrinkles and reduces small talk with strangers by
It's the same thing.
73%.
please stop.
Why?
You're gonna get us in trouble.
I ain't saying they're all drug dealers, and I ain't saying they're all drug runners.
Sophisticated double-sided hybrid mattresses at Penny Mustard.
Penny Mustard.
But imagine somebody that lives down here. Think about this. They're converting downtown into residences. In the old days, there wasn't. So people would do drugs, what, after work or before work, right? Maybe at lunchtime. That guy, right? There's that guy, right? Another white zombie, right? There you go, right? It's a white zombie, right? White drug zombie right here. In downtown, we're at Wabash and Randolph. That's a white drug zombie right there. See that guy? It's a white drug zombie right there. That's the second one we've seen down here. See that there? It's a white drug zombie. In the middle of downtown. That's the time, 5:03. See that there? SubX.News.
Yeah, Lisa, it's been 7 hours.
Wild, ain't it?
Eisenhower shut down in both directions, and that's definitely impacting a lot of other roads. It's still a very active scene on the
Very
today.
active scene, a
Several
bomb,
police
right?
agencies investigating a possible explosion in a vehicle which happened on the outbound side of 290 a little after 10 this morning and involves a fatality. The Eisenhower remains closed on both sides, basically between Manheim and 25th. Unfortunately, any way you go right now is going to be miserable, sorry to say. As always, we will keep you posted every 10 minutes on the 8s. Neil Fiorito, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
All right, Neil, we'll check in with Neil again in 4 minutes. As calls for Chicago's top federal prosecutor to step down get louder locally, the nation's
Wabash and
acting
Randolph.
attorney general is pushing back. Here's WBBM's Andy Day.
Earlier this week, Senators Tammy Duckworth and Dick Durbin released a joint statement in which they called on U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois, Andrew Boutros, to resign. They cited, quote, chaos, dysfunction, and misconduct in his office. Congressman Mike Quigley, the latest to call for Boutros to step down, calling his tenure, quote, an unmitigated disaster. Much of the criticism has stemmed from the handling of the Broadview 6 case, in which Boutros' office was accused of varying levels of misconduct. Now, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche is coming to the defense of Boutros. In a social media post, Blanche praises the work that has been done since Boutros was appointed last April and cites increased indictment percentages. This department fully supports U.S. Attorney Boutros, Blanche writes, and his efforts to combat violent crime, drug trafficking, immigration violations, and fraud. Andy Day, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
One of the key figures in the effort to build the Obama Presidential Center says his conversations with Chicagoans have showed each area of the city that they all wanted something different from and out of the attraction. Obama Foundation Chief of Engagement, Michael Strautmanis, says he and his team went to all of Chicago's 77 community areas to talk about the South Side complex. He says people living around the site in Jackson Park are excited about jobs and recreation opportunities, but they had some practical concerns as well.
Traffic was going to get messed up. People were worried about what was going to happen with
Look at it, there's no traffic now. You see how that works?
People we're going to bring into the community. How is this going to affect and change their lives?
He says the further away from the museum he got.
Steve just said that's some messed up stuff that Sub does, man. SubX, he's on it. Now look, there's no chaos here. You see how that works? Look, there. There's no traffic downtown. Look at it. There's 2 parking spaces empty, surface parking. See, there's no one here. It's a created chaos. That's how you prove it. There's no one in downtown. It's empty. Actually, there's 3 parking spaces. Look, those are 2. That's another one there. There's another one there. Look at how many empty parking spaces are down here. There's no one here. It's a created chaos. It's managed chaos. And a guy wrote a good article in New York about the bike lanes. They constrict the roads to look like congestion. So the government creates the thing so it looks like they're doing something and it looks like it's busy when it's not. A guy wrote a good article about that.
He was charged and taken to the River Valley Justice Detention Center. The court hearing is set for Friday. William Marshall, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Well, if the 6th Ward Alderman has his way, a Walgreens that's supposed to close at the end of business today would reopen under city management.
Alderman William Hall stood outside the Walgreens here at 86th.
There's no
and
taxis. Where's the taxi? This is a taxi stand. Where's the taxi?
The said was being closed due to theft and crime.
We're here today not because there's a funeral. Walgreens has decided to leave. We're not here to beg, we're not here to cry, but we're here to announce something that will change the world in the city.
He wants to create the Office of Pharmacy Access that would be run by the city in all Chicago neighborhoods. The city would be the landlord, the office would manage the pharmacies. Hall said it could be paid for with new taxes.
We have people that drink past midnight. Midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning, we're going to look at taxing liquor.
He noted white Chicago residents don't have problems with pharmacy access. In Chatham, Mike Krauser, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
It's 5:08. Get to traffic. Lots happening today. Lots to tell you about. Traffic and weather together on the 8s. Here's Neil Fiorito.
Yeah, Lisa, a very busy day on most of the expressways now because we have the Eisenhower shut down, and that's been the case for a little over 7 hours now. You're closed on both sides of the Ike between Manheim and 25th with inbound traffic stopped basically from York. You might want to consider using North Avenue or Roosevelt, and outbound traffic is stop and go from Costner. Consider getting over to Roosevelt to avoid the outbound side of the Eisenhower. Elsewhere, looking at I-57, crash delays continue. Really solid jam up southbound before the Dan Ryan to pass 119th. Crash there in the left lane, 32 minutes to drive out to I-80. DuSable Lakeshore Drive southbound on the brakes before Lawrence down to Belmont. That's a crash blocking multiple lanes. And then you have northbound traffic from 18th to Belmont. A Gaper's delay there, and you have the Cubs in town again at Wrigley SCA's at 7:05.
Sorry about that. I didn't notice that.
Lakeshore Drive, not a good place to be right now. On the Illinois tollways, most of them are pretty busy. The Veterans Tollway, especially northbound from 75th to the Reagan Tollway, you have a stall that's on the ramp to head eastbound along I-88. Speaking of I-88, the Reagan eastbound jammed up traffic from the Myers toll to the northbound Tri-State ramp. Traffic now getting through to get to the inbound side of the Eisenhower along that long Manheim Road ramp. But again, you're still blocked on the Eisenhower either way between 25th and Manheim as the investigation continues there. We have some pretty big delays because of road work on Route 53. That's why you're heavy on I-80 through Joliet. Heavy delays eastbound too in spots from 355 to the Tri-State. Northwest Indiana, your trouble spot I-65 northbound right around 8094. Crash in the left lane and backed up traffic passing Ridge. From the Metro Traffic Center, next report 518. News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Partly cloudy, warm tonight, a low near 70. Clouds and sun tomorrow, breezy, warm, a little more humid with a high of 82. We have 87 now at O'Hare, 86 Wheeling, 85 Lakefront at 510.
The search for the temporary fix. It's led you back there again, in the pharmacy aisle.
So you see that, right? Now look, let me show you the traffic. It's 5:10 now, right? Where's the traffic at? We don't see any traffic. Do you see any traffic? That's the Palmer House. You see any traffic?
I'm Dr. Weathergate. Without the pain and inconvenience of surgery. In-office procedures like wound-sinuplasty require zero surgical cuts, little to no downtime, and can have you breathing better in just 20 minutes. There are few, if any, practices that have been performing the wound-sinuplasty procedure longer than...
Do you see any? Look. That guy just stepped over him. He's right in the doorway there. You see that there? There's a guy that just walked out that door. He just stepped over him. He don't care where he sits. Somebody just came out that door. Somebody just came out that door. That guy's, he looks like he's drugged up, right?
Monitoring in Illinois, more than 5,500 people awaiting trial across the state are out of jail on electronic monitoring. That's according to the Illinois Supreme Court, which announced the Pretrial Accountability Task Force will suggest improvements in the arrest warrant process. It's made up of legal experts, judges, clerks, the Director of State Police, and chief judges from 5 circuits across the state, including Cook County. Chief Judge Watch Charles Beach released a report last month that found 8% of the people on electronic monitoring here were AWOL. Nancy Hardy, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
A new study finds that the distance traveled for abortion care to the state of Illinois has tripled since Roe v. Wade was overturned in June of 2022. Researchers at Chicago Abortion Fund and the University of Chicago found that overall median one-day travel distance increased from 69 miles to 228 miles between 2022 and last year. The study also found that 1 in 4 people forced to cross state lines for an abortion came to Illinois to receive care. Last year, that number was approximately 32,000 abortion seekers. Ravenswood neighbors are giving away housewares and more this weekend. More than 200 homes registered to participate in the Ravenswood Front Yard Free Cycle on Saturday. Visitors can then take home a variety of clothes, kitchen tools, electronics, books, furniture, and much more for free. A beautiful day today. Could get a little rain tomorrow. We'll look ahead to the weekend coming up. The AccuWeather 5-day forecast coming next.
So, this is what I'm going to say. And I know a lot of people, and I talk certain way, right? Some people might say, John, you're crazy. All you talk about is a conspiracy. No way does that happen. No way. The CIA didn't invent crack. Oh, yeah, they did. The CIA didn't invent fentanyl. Oh, yes, they did. The CIA didn't invent LSD. Oh, yes, they did. The CIA didn't invent COVID. Oh, yes, they did. Start to see the picture here. Start to see the picture. So here, this is what I want to talk about, what we just heard on the news. There's a commission of judges and politicians examining the Pretrial Release Safety Act. Who did that? Who does the releasing of the criminals? The very people now studying what they're doing. Imagine the bizarre. This is like what we used to read in the books. You wouldn't think it was true, but you just heard the story. The judges are what? The judges are what? Investigating themselves for releasing killers. Do you think they're going to find themselves guilty? They're going to blame somebody else. You just heard it. That was on the news. There's a commission, right? It's called a Reconciliation Commission. You just heard it. I was talking about back there about the drug addicts, right? And the crime being created. You just heard it on this news where they're having judges study releasing killers. They're releasing the killers and what's wrong. Well, let's think about that. You're a judge and there was a killer in front of you and you released him and now you're studying what happened. That's what you just heard on the radio. I'm not making this up. Well, we play this tomorrow. Tomorrow when I write the article. I haven't even figured out what the article title is tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be Terror in the Streets. That's all I can write. Terror in the Streets. Right? That's the only article I can write tomorrow. That's the only one. You just heard it. The judges are investigating why they're releasing killers. Well, a judge can do whatever they want. They're above. They are the law. The judge isn't above the law. He is the law, or she is the law. And now they're investigating why they're releasing killers. Right? There you go. And now we drive, and what do you see here?
Harrison and Ashland West.
You don't see anybody here, right? And it's 5:15 p.m.
I'm on the intersection of Ogden and Ashland. You got the bus stopped over there or no?
There you go. This is the time. It's 5:15 p.m. I'm going southbound on Wabash. Look at this. All this chaos. Look at it. There's no one in downtown. These parking spots are empty. It's created chaos. It's to make you feel there's something happening. But there isn't. Look. All those parking spots are empty. Downtown is empty. You can see 2 blocks down Wabash. There's a bunch of drug addicts. Look. There's no one getting on the train. That's the time. It's 5:15. There's no one getting on the train. The stairs are empty. There's parking spots empty everywhere downtown. There's no one here. But yet we have somebody blowing themselves up on the highway. We have a hostage situation or active shooting in Lansing. We have somebody that was shot in Melrose Park in a parking lot. We have guys dealing drugs on street corners right there. See that there? That guy's selling drugs. He's not panhandling. He's a drug dealer. Those guys on the milk crates are drug dealers. They're not panhandling. They're drug dealers. They might be getting money to buy drugs, but they're part of the drug dealing ecosystem in downtown. All right? That's it there. And then you see again, no one's down here. SubX.News, covering the loop. There you go. Got a bunch of stuff happening out here, right? See that there? Empty spaces. Just look around. Look at that whole, look at that. The surface parking lot is completely empty. See that there? There's no one coming in and out. It's empty. That's the time. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. You just seen it. It was right in front of you, right, guys? Let's listen to the radio a little bit. Wow, look, some more parking spots. You want to see it right here? There's a whole bunch of parking spots here. See that there? See that? This is for food trucks. Wouldn't you have food trucks out here at this time? When people are coming home from work, grabbing dinner and all that stuff, right? Don't be fooled by the chaos. Don't be fooled by the created chaos. Downtown is completely empty. Everything we experience is created by our government so they can have more power.
Yeah, we'll make a ticket and send it to the phone. We'll let them know.
Go ahead and show me clear. Victor's going to be standing over here.
Alright, 10-4, David, now I'm for Alex, 773-587-307.
I'm waiting.
10242, 10242. That's 4, thanks.
You don't see anybody, do you? I don't know what else to say. I'm like a broken record almost. And I agree with Steve. I hope it doesn't get that bad. All right, let's go back to the radio calls. It's 5:19. We'll go back to about 5 o'clock. We heard her say radio.
Adam. 7310 Adam. 7310 Adam. We'll be in there. That number for that 1400 request for 131 Georgia Hospital. 813. 73813. So event number for Chicago on the red line? 10030 10030.
Jennifer 18 is still about in progress. I know to North Cambridge that 35 male blacks and female blacks fighting with purchase on our weapons, no further.
There you go, 35 people fighting. 35. 35 people fighting.
Squad holding down at Tough Game. 1383 Frank. 7383 Frank. Just throw that on the wall.
What's on Eric? No, Starbucks. 7 meal plan. What if you're
7383 John. What's the Clarkson Lady 10078 10078. 7387 boy. 7387 boy. I'm riding bus number 1510, Roosevelt, California, eastbound. Can I have the event number, please?
Look at the surface parking. Look at the surface parking.
10097. 383 Lincoln. 7383 Lincoln. Again, that number for Clark Division, red line 3.
Pretty wild, ain't it?
10106 10106. 383 David. 7383 David. First for Garfield red line.
See, and people come to downtown and it's tourism.
10112.
It's disaster tourism. Man, we got more sirens in back of us.
7 Charlie. 7387 Charlie. Numbers for TTA Howard red line. 10131.
Disaster tourism, right? You get all kinds of chaos happening. And you sit here and you walk at that, man.
7388 boys, can I get a number of Irving Park and Rock?
I need to go get me a coffee. Hey, I know. Mizzy Door and Marietta gonna say, nah, don't give Kugler no more coffee. He's jacked up as it is. Oh, man. Man, that's a lot of drug zombies out walking around in Duluth, man. Somebody's got some good stuff out here today, huh? Remember, where did they get the drugs from? You don't go buy drugs on 63rd and Ellis and then come up and do them here. There's somebody dealing drugs in downtown. Somebody's dealing drugs. There's multiple dealers in downtown. The downtown guy tried to run in my car once. He said he's gonna kill me and crashed into, he didn't crash into the back of my car. That was about 7-8 months before they threatened me over at the Bloomer Chocolate Factory. Oh, they all know me. There's only a few guys that run this stuff. It's the black gangs. The GDs run the black gangs run the drug dealing inside of downtown. It's the black gangs, not the Hispanic ones. Black gangs run the drug dealing here in downtown Chicago. And they use the migrants as runners. It's a big business, big business, lots of money, millions. It's millions of dollars. It's not $20, $30. It's millions.
A person with a gun on a Harrison bus going westbound. He's an older gentleman.
Harrison bus gun.
Hey, Harrison, and where? He was going Lansing westbound from Ashland and Harrison. He's got a Bulls jersey on. No black, light skin. Alright, male black, light skin on Harrison and Ashland westbound. Can you send a paper call over here? I'm on the intersection of Ogden and Ashland.
Ogden and Ashland.
You got the bus stopped over there or no? Oh, I got a victim here. He was assaulted by this gentleman. I'm over here by Damon and Ogden.
You want to go? Damon and Ogden? Is that where we're going?
Damon and Ogden, wait for the police.
That's a little far.
Right across from Soldier, by the corner.
That's right here.
I got a name and a number for the police.
Let's go.
Guy's name is Alex Armadova. What's the phone number? The number is, the victim
assaulted by a man with a gun on the bus on Ogden by Stroger Hospital.
061. Alright, he kind of came out of the end. 773587, what's the last four? 061. Alright, we'll get an officer out there for David Ogden. Alright, for the air, for Lakeshore Drive units, getting a PD accident involving a hit and run at 209 East Lakeshore Drive. That's 209 East Lakeshore Drive.
Another accident on Lakeshore Drive.
270 Adam, do you have a car coming over here by Ogden and Yeah, we'll make a ticket and send it to the zone. And
they ain't got cars.
Go ahead and show me clear. The victim's going to be standing over here. Alright, so for David.
Assaulted on a bus by a man with a gun on Ogden by Stroger Hospital. He's waiting by Damon. There's no squads to send.
88 Adam. 7388 Adam, sorry. Let me get a blue line check at Cumberland, please.
That's they're short on manpower, you just heard.
10-4, thanks. 83 Adam.
You just heard that.
Can we get us in under the 95th red line? 10261, 10261.
So they're short-handed again today. That's what you just heard.
733 Ida. Event number, Jackson the red upper, please.
And Campbell is at 25 on the citywide. There's a call of a person with a gun, BB gun, 2730, north on Narragansett.
Alright, for the air, for Lakeshore Drive units, getting a PD accident involving a hit and run at 209 East Lake. Can you send a paper call over here? I'm on the 270 Adam.
Listen to this call. It's really important you hear this call. This is an important call.
It's 101, sorry, 10040, 10040. 270 Adam. 9270 Adam. But I got a hand waiver of a person with a gun on a Harrison bus going westbound. He's an older gentleman. Hey, Harrison, and where? It was going last seen westbound from Ashland and Harrison. He's got a Bulls jersey on. No black, light skin. Alright, male black light skin on Harrison and Ashland westbound. Can you send a paper call over here? I'm on the intersection of Ogden and Ashland. You got the bus stopped over there or no? Oh, I got a victim here. He was assaulted by this gentleman. I'm over here by Damon and Ogden. Alright, so we're sending him. He's going to be at Damon and Ogden. Wait for the police. Right across from Soldier, by the corner. I got a name and a number for the citizen. Guy's name is Alex Armadova. What's the phone number?
We'll turn that down. There we go.
The number is, the victim's number here is 773-587.
We turn that down so you can't hear it, right?
061.
There we go, right?
I just kind of came out of the end. 773.
Alright, so we're not going to let you hear what that phone number is, right? We'll try to keep the little privacy here.
Alright, we'll get an officer out there for David Hart. Alright, for the air, for Lakeshore Drive units, getting a PD accident involving a hit and run at 209 East Lakeshore Drive. That's 209 East Lakeshore Drive. Hey, no, disregard. It's on the drive. 270 Adam. Do you have a car coming over here by Ogden and Yeah, we'll make a ticket and send it to the zone, and we'll let them know. Go ahead and show me clear. The victim's going to be standing over here. Alright, 10-4, David Ogden for Alex, 773-587-30.
Alright, you shouldn't hear that, but whatever. You don't call the guy, right? That's
2388 M. Alright, for the air, for Lakeshore Drive units, getting a PD accident involving a hit and run at 209 East Lakeshore Drive.
They don't even send a paper car for gun calls no more.
Hey, no, disregard. It's on the drive. 270 Adam. Do you have a car coming over here by Ogden and Yeah, alright, for the air, for Lakeshore Drive units, getting a PD accident involving a hit and run. It's 270 Adam. Do you have a car coming over here by Ogden? Alright, for the 270 Adam. Do you have a car coming over here by Ogden and Yeah, we'll make a ticket and send it to the zone, and we'll let them know. Go ahead and show me clear. The victim's going to be standing over here. Alright, 10-4, David Ogden for Alex, 773-587-3066.
That's no cars for gun calls. That's the way they got the system divided now.
I'm sorry.
You just heard that. That's what that means. There's no cars. Let's listen to the local news. 5:30, right? That's what that meant. There's no cars for a gun call.
He's talking about what different parts of the city want from the attraction, the museum dedicated to the lives of the former president and first lady.
Michael Strautmanis is the chief lobbyist for the Obama Foundation, and CEO Valerie Jarrett says that lobbying started at street level.
His team has been to every single community area.
And during this week's media preview at the center, Mr. Strautmanis, Jeff Buckles, WBBM Radio.
It's so nice to meet you.
He told me different neighborhoods had different priorities, starting with the area right around the museum.
Opportunity, jobs, a place for their young people to play.
Along with concerns about traffic and crowd control. On the west side, Strautmanis says the message was,
don't forget about us. We want to be a part of this too.
And to the north and further out,
all of them had some story about President Obama, some experience that they had, and something that they wanted to make sure was in the museum.
He says the foundation has worked to make sure the center reflects those wants and needs ahead of the opening June 19th.
It is a special place.
Jeff Buckles, News Radio 1059. WBBM.
Empty again. See all the
Center,
emptiness?
Show of highlights from the museum at WBBM.
Everybody sees the emptiness now. Do you see the emptiness? I can't reiterate that enough. I can't keep repeating that enough. And I know I might be a broken record. If you don't like the way I talk, I do apologize. This is the way I talk. I can't help it. This is the way I am. But you see, there's empty spaces everywhere. So what's up with the congestion and the crime? It's created, right? It's a managed crisis, right? It's managing crises, and they're allowing the crisis to happen. You just heard there's no car to send for a gun call. You just heard that.
Carolina Garibay, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
5:33. After a handful of prior attempts, the House yesterday passed a war powers resolution that would urge President Trump to call off U.S. military action in Iran. Still needs to go to the Senate. 4 Republicans voted alongside Democrats to approve that measure. ABC's Karen Travers reports that the president in a social media post.
They're selling drugs around here. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, there's two. They're right there, man. Right there, white drug addict, right there.
The president requiring him to remove U.S. forces from Iran unless Congress
Don't you see that right there?
action. We have seen similar resolutions fail before. Of course, Republicans have that very narrow majority right now in the House. This will now go over to the Senate, but it will not likely end up at the president's desk.
Right there, they're doing a drug deal right there, man, right in front of you, man.
Forward.
The White House brushed the resolution off, saying President Trump will continue to protect the national security using the constitutional authority as commander-in-chief. While a former member of the president's first administration expected to enter a plea deal over mishandling classified documents.
Former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton will plead guilty to a classified information case. That's according to an AP source who says the plea is part of a deal with the Justice Department that could spare Bolton prison time. He was charged last year with 18 counts of either retaining or sharing notes with family members, which officials said had classified information. The charges came about 6 years after President Trump fired Bolton.
I think he's
Lots of white dopers in downtown. This is the South Loop.
A person familiar with the deal says Bolton would plead guilty to 1 count. It would spare him prison time, but any punishment would ultimately be up to a judge.
5:34 p.m., June 4th, 2026.
Cuba's President Miguel Diaz-Canel, along with 4 other individuals. It comes after President Trump signed an executive order expanding sanctions
ripped up the sidewalk over there. See that there? So they're not dealing over there.
But far from the first time the U.S. has imposed sanctions against heads of state or government and their relatives. Previously, the U.S. hit the former Sudan president, former Zimbabwean president, and more recently targeted Venezuelan president.
South Loop, man, there's all kind, man. They got ski masks on and it's 90 degrees out. Pretty funny, ain't it? Ski mask and it's 90 degrees, huh? Pretty wild. See, that guy did stop, look, and listen there. Don't forget. Here.
Take this moment.
Here. Don't forget, we have a lot of things that we work on. Stop, look, and listen. There was a guy, he stopped while I was driving, and he didn't go forward. He stopped, looked, and listened. And they're back. They're still selling. So when you have a bomb or something goes off in one area of the city, and you have the other area of the city that starts being let do whatever they want. And there's a police station here.
This is sparkling.
Strange how they sell drugs next to a police station, right?
Ordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com.
Oh, all right, Marietta. Thanks for checking in.
For the ones who...
The usual, you know what I'm talking about? Look at all these police stations. Look at all these police stations. There's a police station here, and they sell drugs right in back of us. Kind of funny, ain't it?
Ford.com, where Ford employee pricing is back. Pay the same low price employees pay. Plus, get crazy low interest rates on most new Ford models at Packy Web Ford. In Displays, the S&K on Oakton and Cora has gas for $4.19 a gallon. In Peloton, the S&K on Peloton and Quentin has gas for $4.45. If you see a relatively lower price, let us know. 312-409-4277. Coming up.
This is Rob Hart. The hiring expert says the upcoming World Cup can be an opportunity for office bonding.
More on that in a moment, but first it's 5:38. Lots going on the roads all day. Let's check in with Neil now. Neil?
Yeah, it's been a busy one, Lisa. That is for sure. The Edens Expressway, a little relief coming on the outbound Edens, right around Lake Avenue. It looks like the crash we had there has cleared. All your lanes are open again. Just 17 out to Lake Cook Road, but coming inbound, a lot of traffic. Still 48 minutes from Lake Cook to the junction. On the Kennedy Expressway, an hour 12 in from O'Hare, 35 off the junction. The turnaround trip is 40 to Montrose. You'll save about 5 in the Express, close to an hour to O'Hare. On the Eisenhower, you remain shut down on either side between Manheim and 25th. Good news, though, if you're coming from the Ronald Reagan Tollway on the eastbound side, you're able to get through on that long ramp to Manheim to get back to the inbound side of the Eisenhower Expressway. The outbound side remains closed from 25th to Manheim. Brake lights from Cicero, maybe use Roosevelt as an alternate. On the Stevenson out, you're at 50 to the Tri-State. An hour 3 to 355, a little under an hour in from the Veterans Tollway to the lakefront. Southside Expressways, a Dan Ryan 38 out, 32 in. 57 outbound 28, about 30 on the outbound Ford. USAPA Lakeshore Drive, typical backups except for the northbound side. Stevenson to Belmont, heavier traffic.
I was going to go out to Manheim and get gas because it's cheap gas out there, but I guess I won't make that
Most of our tollways still really heavy, especially on the Veterans, but some good news. Northbound at the Reagan, the stall that we had on the eastbound ramp there.
What's up, Juan?
Delays on Route 52.
Man, you missed everything. We had a bomb blow up on the expressway by Manheim. We got an active shooter looking for something in Lansing. We have somebody killed in Melrose Park. We got white zombies. Actually, 3 of them we already seen downtown Chicago. We had a bunch of police activity happen here, man. You need to tune in earlier, my brother. Oh, man. I got videos of them fighting in this Jewel. I got to post that up. I just found the page that has the fighting in there. This is a drug dealing area, right? The South Loop. Heavy drug activity here because of the trains. Look, we've been talking about this a long time, and I posted my old article. Is the CTA the dope man? And the answer is absolutely. Every major red line station and blue line station is what? It's a drug hub. This is a drug hub. Howard, 95th, Blue Line, Jefferson Park. That's a big drug spot there. Somebody just sent me something. I should go check something out on Division and something. I need to go. You got a lot of empty stores here. There's 1, 2, 3, 2 empty stores here on this corner, right?
The venerable Walmart is still king when it comes to retail, but those other platforms help propel Amazon to the top spot on the Fortune 500 list. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Well, the upcoming World Cup can be an opportunity for some office bonding.
What do you mean how that's offsides? No, I'm serious. How's that offside? I don't understand it yet.
Whether you're a Ted Lasso-style novice or a die-hard footy fan, the World Cup is a good moment for fun in the office, says Michelle Reisdorf of the Robert Half Company.
Everybody has.
I'm just pulling your leg, my brother. By the way, Juan, we were talking about the migrants and the migrant situation was happening. It's almost 4 years ago you've been watching this show, right, Juan? I think Juan used to watch it. He used to always watch. He loved it. He's like, oh, migrants. That's when they were doing the drug dealing. They were doing. Hey, Juan, did you see the video where they stole my phone once out of my car? Well, by Standard Club. That was a bad spot over there. Or did you watch where the guy said he was gonna kill me over by Elston Avenue? I got this all on videotape. You know, everybody says you're a demonizer. You demonize migrants, and that's racism. Well, first of all, a migrant isn't a race. Secondly, they're illegals. They cross the border illegals, so they're kind of criminals already. Third, I have videos that show that they're criminals, they do criminal behavior, and they are criminals. So it's not, you're not demonizing anybody. You can't demonize a criminal. Can you demonize a criminal? I don't know about that one. Let's ask Brandon Johnson. Can you demonize a criminal?
When you become the biggest record in history,
right.
I'll take number 2, not number 1, you know, in anything, because there's so much pressure on the number 1. And so for me, it was very hard at that point.
Frampton covers the glory years, giving generous amounts of time to the mammoth explosion of his Frampton Comes Alive album. But it also covers the aftermath, the struggle, and the helping hand he received from David Bowie. There was a big factor in him being able to carry on. At the editor's desk today is Patrick Rushman and later Grace Golimbieski. Our writer is Cecilia Fergakis. Our assistant producers Midiana Hutnick, and traffic producer Anton Peters, our broadcast managing editor Zach Weber. It's 5:52.
Gas prices are higher than ever.
And those are some wild days, man. This is like tame now. I mean, I guess it's not good to say it's tame to have a car blow up on an expressway with a bomb in it and have towns on lockdown. Well, you got a bunch of people in the dog park over there, so I guess they're doing all right. So what are we gonna do? You want to go back up through? Man, look at that maniac there. Maniac. He needs to get somewhere.
Office is a team
that dude needs to get somewhere. He's a maniac.
Financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments.
Yeah, I think it's been worse. I don't know if we're gonna get out of it, but
at Trajan,
we'll see.
We built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing.
I should listen to that. Let's listen to that radio.
District 10. Clear.
I had a nice story I was going to talk about and all this, and then it's like everything got blown out of the water. I'm sorry to use that analogy, but it's wild, man. The news just changes every day in our city. It's not even funny. And let's just some radio calls, right? See what's going on with the crime, right? It's 5:40. We stopped listening around 5:10 or 5:15. Let's go back about 10-15 minutes. See what's going on. If we heard something, we'll just skip forward.
Bring out the course.
Squad, can I get a quick event?
83 Ida.
I think the Ogden gun call. You guys, if you guys are just tuning in, there's a guy who was assaulted by somebody on the bus with a gun. He's now by Stroger Hospital by Damon, and police said they don't have nobody to send.
BB gun 2730 north on Narragansett over at the Starbucks. They said there's a group of about 6 or 7 male blacks shooting what appears to be BB guns. All of the males have one. We got nothing further. No description. 25th district on 12 stations clear.
That event number is 10278, 10278. Next unit.
7383 King.
7383 King.
Yes, sir. Event number for Chicago, red line.
So 10287, 10287. Bring out the course.
Squad, can I get a quick event? N3 is assisting a disabled boat at the playpen.
We're gonna head over to the Ogden call.
Course 10303, 10303.
See if the cops showed up over there.
You're welcome.
738.
You gonna try again?
7387, boy.
7387, boy.
Alright, going eastbound, bus number 8313 from Roosevelt and Damon. Can I have an event number, please?
83 John.
Take event 10315, 10315.
Parking Lake Blue Line.
383.
Tools of the trade. Tools of the trade.
10599. 10599.
3 Lincoln. 7383 Lincoln. I get event number for Division and Clark.
Drive taxi number 53925.
10342.
Someone sent me something to check something. Yes, I have to look through my messages.
9070 Adam. 9070 Adam. 9270 Adam. Can you send me a call over here? This guy's refusing to back away from my car. It might be a CIT. Alright, you're at Damon and Ogden too?
Damon and Ogden.
Yes, well, I'll get it.
Charlie, stand by.
He's drugged up. Don't you see him dancing there? That dude's jacked up right there.
Charlie.
See him jacked up?
Charlie.
Right in front of
Number
us.
for the Howard Street red line, please. 10368, 10368.
There we go. It's 5:47 p.m. We're now at
10368.
Clark and Cermak. This is a long-time encampment, mostly African Americans here. But you see that guy. He's a little jacked up, so there must be a lot of drugs running through the city today. Because I see a lot of people dancing in the streets, so somebody must have dumped off a bunch of stuff all over. See that there? It's a big encampment here, right? See that there? They're over there. So these are not homeless camps, they're drug camps, right? There you go, right? See that there?
I'm looking at a DUI driver at Lakeshore Driving ran over now. He's got a white Nissan.
You guys okay or what? What do you guys need? Haven't seen you in a long time, man. Hey, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a long time. You good? Something to drink? If I grab some, I'll grab something to drink. I'll drop it off, right? Alright. See you guys. Good seeing you, alright? Haven't seen you in a little while, alright? SubX.News, alright? Take it easy, okay? Little water, right? Alright. Let's see if we can grab some water for those guys, right? They were jacked up there. So the Ogden sounds like they need help over there, so now we head on over there. And maybe we'll get some water and drop it off, alright? So here, if you got water, drop it off if you want to.
Red line in Van Buren. That's the Van Buren red line in 312 South State in the middle of the platform. You got a mailbox who's intoxicated and he's vomiting after taking drugs. He's standing on the platform with a black shirt and gray pants. Fires around.
They need some water over here by Canal and Cermak. They look like they're having a good time.
7383 Adam. For 95 red, please. 10416, 10416. 10416. 7388 Adam.
83 Lincoln.
Blue Lane platform, second hard.
Lunch, Monroe, and Wabash. 104. Alright, take 10662, 10662.
383 Charlie. 738 Charlie. Number for the red line, 69. Oh, 10444. 10444.
5:50 p.m. June 4th, 2026.
This is 3215. Yeah, show me going into 19 on the report.
Unit 11 at Citywide, we have a person with a gun, 334 West Washington Boulevard, 334 West Washington Boulevard.
Here's the report. We have a car check in at
who waved a gun, may be a revolver. She was in a white Jeep Compass, license plate 4 George 26932, Frank George 26932.
You got a plate?
Nothing further, Zone 10, District 11, clear.
Getting the info right now. Looks like a 2-year-old female baby was thrown out of the car with a mother.
Keely in Norwood. Anonymous call saying a female white driver in a gray Toyota Camry
plate of Eddie Victor 14627, showing a gun to pedestrians. Last seen eastbound.
What's up, George, my brother?
The Great Trailer Camry, Eddie Victor 14627.
I gotta calm down this. Here, let me say this, and I say this for everybody. Look, I always mean good intentions. George Jefferson is in the house. He's the guy with the best videos off the Dan Ryan train and in the subways. George Jefferson, if you don't know the page, he's right now in the house. He's right there. Say hello to him. Go to his page. Look, I support everybody. I support everybody. The more news we have out there, when you go a little weird on me and you start saying crime is down on your page while you're videotaping crime scenes and you're repeating the mayor's talking points, that's where I made break. And I told you I broke with crime chasers. That's why I broke. It wasn't for anything else. He'll tell you all kinds of other things. I broke with Justin because he posted something from the mayor saying crime was down when actually it wasn't in May. In May, the crime went up. So he reposted exactly what the mayor said. When that happens, that means he's compromised. Look, you can get along with the mayor. You can actually be part of the mayor's team. You can actually want the city to be good. I could care less. That's not what I'm talking about here. If you repeat the exact same talking points and they're a lie, now you're compromised. You have been compromised. And if you're talking with the police and I don't want to say anything confidential that I talked to Justin about, so I won't go there. But let's just say this. If you work with the police, you are compromised. Got that? So if you repeat what the government says and you work with the police, you are compromised. You are not no more part of the community. You are part of the police and part of the government. And which you can be, it's all right. I don't care. As long as you state that. Look, I'm working with the police and I work with the government. I'm part of them. So when you videotape, you say that. What do you see when you hear me talk all the time when I make a video? This is SubX.News. And I say the time and I say the date and where I'm at. George Jefferson, he says who he's at. Man, he's there and I'm down here. Look at this video about that arrest downtown in the subway. Think about this. Didn't we say we're not going to be physical with people and traumatize? As soon as George started putting down those physical videos, the physical ones of the cops, he got attacked. Look at the timeline on his page. Go look at what he does on his page. Look, if he makes money, that's great. I told you why I do this. I'm not... My money style is a different style for SubX. I run a business, so does George. He's a hustler. But look at his page. Look at when he got threatened. Look at when he got threatened. He started getting threatened when he showed what? The cops doing something. And it wasn't the brutality, quote. It was what? Someone told the cops to start arresting people. George, how long you been doing this? Have you ever seen the cops do that? Tackle somebody like that? In the last 3-4 years? No, we haven't. We've been doing this for a long time. I love you being in here watching. I appreciate you. Hopefully I can live up to your standards, my brother. I'm stuck in traffic. You missed all the white drug addicts, bro. Look, how about this? Since I'm white, I'll take care of all the white drug addicts, okay? You missed a bunch of zombies, my brother. They're all up and down Lake Street. Somebody must be dropping some good stuff over there. Everybody's dancing today. Today is dancing drugs. Everybody's been dancing, man. So let's listen to this. FBI, 10-1 report. FBI emergency at the FBI building. There's a man with a knife to his neck at 2011 West Roosevelt. That's where we're going to head to. Right now, there's a hostage situation at the FBI office as we speak. There's also something just happened. I just missed it. We're going to Ogden too for some. So there's some kind of a hostage or some kind of suicide situation happening at the FBI headquarters on Roosevelt. That's where we're going to be heading to right now. Check out George's page. Check out George. And look here. This is what I got to say. If I don't get along with somebody, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. If they're giving out you information, you need to be there. And even if you like it or don't like it, information's information. That's the main part of all these live feeds, all these videos. Some people find it entertaining. There's racists out there that talk racism on these pages. Like, I block most racists. If you do racist stuff on my page, I try to block it. I try to get ahead of it. I can't catch it all. But yeah, we don't deal with racists and all that white supremacist stuff on our page, man. You're out. So go to his page, check out his videos. It's a great page, man. It's a great page. There's a lot of other pages out there, and I don't know what the fight is. George is in the middle of a fight with a few other pages. It is what it is. Everybody's I just commented on George's page. I said, it's like people are fighting for crumbs. Think about this. How many crimes have I already showed you guys? How many crimes are happening? We could all be doing crime chasing. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Don't fight over crumbs, man. If you're fighting over crumbs, then that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get some crumbs. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching, George. I appreciate you, my brother. I love your page, man. All right, let's do some radio calls again, and we're going to the FBI headquarters on Roosevelt. Yeah, there's an FBI headquarters on Roosevelt.
Go ahead. That plate will be Edward Mary 55583. Yeah, the last known direction of flight. Northbound 1828 South Millard. Okay, so let me know if it hits the plate reader anyway. Copy. 388 boy. 7388 boy, yeah. Can I get that number for Blue Line in Irving Park, please? 10745 10745. Thank you.
There's a hostage, something happening at the FBI center. That's where we're going. So. It happened 3 hours ago. It might be over with already.
10750. 387 Charlie. 787 Charlie. Numbers for Red Line Howard. 10761. THC citywide 1, please selling up to 3. We are up and we're heading over to zone 10.
Okay, that's a helicopter there. So the FBI thing has been resolved. They have him in custody. It started about it started at 2:12 p.m. So we'll go over to Ogden. You want to see if they're doing dope over here? Let's see if they're dancing over here, man. Over by the shelter, right? 10770. The migrants distribute the drugs here, and a few guys in the tents, so they got rid of the tents. What's up, Juan? And everybody, Juan's from Texas. If you got anything to ask about Texas, ask Juan right there. He's a man from Texas. He used to live in Chicago. There we go. We got people laid out here and there. This is the city-run shelter. It used to be a migrant shelter here. There we go. They sling stuff here. They sling here, man. They sling. They got rid of all the tents, man. There's people everywhere there. Look at that. Oh yeah, they're dancing. I told you. The dope they're slinging today is the dancing dope, man. There you go. See that there? Everybody's dancing today, man. Look at that. Everybody's dancing, man. There we go. Everybody's dancing, man. Everybody's dancing, man.
What's up, Factory?
Everybody's dancing.
Get it, man.
What's up, fellas? You know what I noticed today? The fuck they put in the shit today. Everybody's fucking dancing. I've been downtown, all that shit. Everybody's damn dancing today. Huh? About what? You're kidding me, right, brother? Just be careful, all right? SubX.News, guys. Take it easy, all right? First thing he asked for is $5. There you go, man. That's how they leave the place. That's a business there. Imagine having a business like that, right? There you go, right? What's up, my brother? I was just saying, what they got today? Everybody's dancing today. Hey, it must be a good batch. Hey, it's better to be dancing than to fighting, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I noticed everybody everywhere is dancing. A few guys downtown, they're laid out on the sidewalks. They gotta watch out. You know, people don't know in the heat stroke now. They get dehydrated, they take some stuff and they don't take the waters, and then they get laid out on the sidewalk. You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, there you go. I know that guy right there, man. That guy's been around for a long. What's up, my brother? Hey, man, where the fuck you been, bro? Say hello to the audience, man. Alrighty, SubX.News, man. I'm doing my rounds, my brother. What they do with the tents? The alderman got rid of the tents, right?
I think somebody did. That was good, though. That was just getting too nasty.
Too raggedy. I always look. You know what? Do you ever go in back of this place? I always made the videos in back of this place. There's so much space in the back.
Yeah.
Why not? Look, why don't they let people hang out? I get it. Let them hang out. Who cares? Why you let people, like you said, raggedy, man? It just, people don't gotta, look, man, they're not like me and you our age. They don't got like, they don't got a way to do stuff. You know what I mean, my brother? All right, be safe, SubX.News, all right? Good seeing you, my brother.
They got somebody fell down in the arm of this completed. 320, you got to call back down there. They're here now. We got nothing. It's near the bus stop on the northeast corner. What is that? Hold on a second. 83 David got it.
Yeah. They cleaned out the tents there, right? Where are we going?
1081710.
We're going to the Roosevelt in Ogden, right? By Stroger. 602. Oh, we gotta listen to local news. We gotta listen to local news. So I'm not talking BS. We want to make sure that I'm right on point, right?
A daybreak in some western suburbs. Tonight it'll be a low near 70 degrees, but tomorrow we'll see clouds and some sun at times. Breezy and more humid with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around. It'll be a high of 82. We'll see a low of 67 tomorrow night with a couple of thunderstorms around, any of which could produce some damaging wind. Of course, we're going to look at that AccuWeather 5-day forecast at 6:15. For right now, our top story on News Radio WBBM. And we've been following a fatal explosion on the Eisenhower Expressway in Westchester. It's been shut down since a little after 10 this morning, and state police have been joined by federal agents from the FBI, ATF, and DEA throughout the day as they investigate. With more on how it's impacting traffic across Chicagoland, it's Abby Ryan.
Well, Glenn, the Eisenhower shut down for 8 hours now. This very active scene on I-290, the Eisenhower. Several police agencies are investigating this possible explosion in a vehicle. Happened on the outbound side of I-290 just after 10 o'clock this morning. Involves a fatality as well. I-290 remains closed both ways at 25th Ave. No end in sight. We will keep you posted as always. Every 10 minutes on the 8th. Abby Ryan, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
Thanks a lot, Abby, for that. In the meantime, at 6:04, the nation's acting attorney general is voicing his support for Chicago's top federal prosecutor. WBBM's Andy Dane reports it comes as several state politicians demand his resignation.
In a post to social media, Todd Blanche writes that since becoming U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of Illinois last year, Andrew Boutros has, quote, steadfastly advanced President Trump's mission to make Chicago and Northern Illinois safe for the American people. The AG goes on to cite indictment increases 34% last year and 61% so far this year, and specific cases including the killing of a Loyola University student. We look forward to more great work from his office, Blanche writes. The post comes amid calls from Senators Tammy Duckworth and Dick Durbin and Congressman Mike Quigley, among others, for Boutros to resign. Critics have cited his office's handling of the Broadview 6 case against protesters, as well as a new investigation into a Chicago nonprofit with ties to E. Jean Carroll, who won a lawsuit against President Trump for sexual assault and defamation. Andy Dane, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And Walgreens has closed down their location. Is happening tonight, and it's going to be in Chicago's Chatham neighborhood, leaving concerns about where families will get their medication. Elected officials and healthcare advocates gathered outside the store that sat near the corner of 86 and Cottage Grove Avenue. 6th Ward Alderman William Hall says closures like this leaves communities to deal with pharmacy deserts.
Access is what we are going to build in this city. This funeral today is something that we will not be crying over. This funeral today for Walgreens is something that we won't mourn over. We're moving forward.
Hall says he's moving forward by wanting to create 77 access points for people to receive their medication and supplements in the next 7 years. And actually, he started a pilot program in July on 79th Street. And people considering buying or gifting a new e-bike or electronic motorcycle may soon have to factor in more costs under a new plan that's headed for Governor Pritzker's desk.
These vehicles are here to stay.
And Secretary of State Alexi Janulius says the new regulations approved by Illinois lawmakers are not intended to pull e-bikes and scooters out from under riders.
Above all, it's about safety.
Lurie Children's Hospital Emergency Room Dr. Christine Cieslak says she and her colleagues are treating more and more serious injuries caused by those bikes and scooters, some of which can go more than 50 miles per hour.
Parents and children alike really do not understand how fast these vehicles can travel.
The rules ban many electric bikes and faster scooters from sidewalks, and for the first time require people riding the fastest category of electric motorcycles to get licensed. Janulius admits that's something buyers need to consider.
The title cost of $165 and the annual registration of $41.
Plus insurance. Janulius says, though, for most e-bike and scooter riders, nothing will change. Jeff Buckles, News Radio 105.9 WBBM.
And one person is dead after a shooting in an Amazon warehouse parking garage in northwest suburban Melrose Park. Police say they were called to the facility just after 9 this morning for a report of a person shot. When they arrived at the garage, which is only accessible to employees, they found the victim in critical condition. That victim was taken to a hospital where they later died. Police say the shooter ran away, and they say the shooting stemmed from a fight between two people. At 6:08, traffic and weather together.
I like Marietta. Marietta goes, I let the news go. How's the traffic? Wait up.
Glenn, the Eisenhower I-290 shut down for the last 8 hours, and several police agencies investigating this vehicle explosion. It is a fatality as well. The outbound side of I-290 shut down just after 10 o'clock this morning. It is still closed both ways at 25th Avenue. Right now, they are allowing people to take those local Mannheim lanes, that big long ramp on the right side, all the way to the right on the other side of the concrete. You can use that to get through. The Eden's inbound, 38 minutes. Outbound, 18. If you're on the Kennedy outbound, 30 minutes to Montrose, 48 to the airport. Inbound, an hour and 5. Stop and go from Cumberland, past the Wintrust mural at North Avenue to right before Ohio, 34. Eden's Junction on in. I-190 O'Hare Extension eastbound, heavy from the O'Hare terminals to 294 westbound. Slows from 294.
I want a milkshake so bad, and I'm on a diet. I might go to Steak and Egg and get me a coffee, though. I'm going to see if they got some coffee over here, okay?
8 hours strong now. Stevenson on the inbound side, a 48-minute ride from 355. Outbound, 30 minutes to Cicero, 43 to 294, 56 to 355. I-55 Will County northbound, slow past 53 to 355. Southbound, heavy 355 to 295.
No, it's not sad. Outbound someone's dealing drugs in downtown. Get off my page.
Express, that is a 27-minute ride, 2 minutes slower, with heavy delays from 31st to the Stevenson. 57 inbound, 18 outbound, 22 Bishop Ford outbound, heavy 115 to Dalton Avenue.
They're starting that. Oh, it's sad. They're addicted to drugs bullshit on my page. Fucking liberal scumbags. They fucking come on my page. Fuck those. Alright. Oh, it's so sad. Look at him drugged up. Wait, he's in downtown drugged up. Where did he get the drugs? You see how those fuckers... That's a liberal scum. That's a liberal scum. They're the ones who dump the dope into the black neighborhoods. They're the ones who dump the crack. They're the ones. We know who they are. I'm going on a whack job talk. Because they're the fucking social workers, they're the fucking NGOs, they're the motherfuckers who supply the tents and the needles and the pipes to everybody. And while they're making $100,000 salary, they're giving somebody a fucking tent. And now I got two motherfuckers on my page saying, oh, that's so sad. Why are you putting them on the foot? I said, because the fucker is getting drugs from somebody in downtown. How are they getting downtown drugs? That's the point. That's the point we all do on live feeding. Look, you got your hustle. I'm not into your hustle. You want to do your hustle and you're making your money, whatever way you make it. That's on you. I'm not into that. I'm into why is there someone doped up in the middle of my downtown? How did that happen? Why? Because someone's giving them dope. And why do somebody wants dope dealing in downtown? That's the bigger picture. See, that's what they all talk about.
Telling the Daily Herald, the Pope balances public audiences, scholarly research, his own spiritual journey, and celebration.
Dealing drugs in downtown Chicago. That's what this is about. And stay off my page. He's a white drug addict. That's a fact. There we go. Let's go get it. All right. I got to get me a coffee. I'm going to relax now. All right. That's what I'm going to get. I'm getting me a coffee. All right. I got to calm down. There you go. Help wanted. Somebody wants a job. There you go. They're delivering, right? Oh, I haven't seen you in a long time. You weren't taking a nap, were you?
No.
All right, two things.
Who you been talking to?
Two things, and don't tell my wife. I want a coffee, but I also want a milkshake. Because I know you make those good milkshakes, all right?
I make the fast.
That's why I'm here.
Do you want a small or a large coffee?
I'm live feeding. I got it this way, and I'm going off on shit, so I probably shouldn't get too much caffeine, right?
Okay. And what kind of shake?
Vanilla. Oh, man, they got all kinds of crazy shit going on.
You want
everywhere.
cream cheddar in the coffee?
No, just black. I like your coffee. It's really good coffee here. You showed me the brand one time. It's like a strange brand, right?
No.
Or is it Folgers?
No.
Oh.
It's not strange.
How much do I owe? Don't be telling me $50 now.
100.
I knew it. Look, I'm gonna use the washroom real quick, all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I leave my phone right there?
Sure.
Don't say nothing secret. It's not showing anybody's face, but don't say nothing secret, all right? Don't tell my wife where I'm at, all right? How you doing, my brother? Good to see you. Everything good? Waiting for dinner? Rush? Or ending your shift? Starting? How about you? Starting or ending?
I'm in the middle.
In the middle? Alright. Oh. There you go. If you've never been here, come on out here. Steak and Egger. You guys are still open 24/7, right? There you go. Come on here. You want some good food? They got the T-bone. You want to get the T-bone steak over here, right? It's really good stuff over here. There you go. Steak and Egg. South Side. Chicago. Oh. Don't tell my wife I'm getting a coffee and a milkshake. She'll get mad at me. Whatever. Great place. Good place. How many of you guys got left? Just this one and the one in Ogden, or another one? Oh, there's 7 of them? Oh. There you go. They got the gumball machine. They got that for the kids. Nice flowers on the table. See that? Just an old-fashioned diner. Hey, you want to see their menu here? I'll show you their menu. Yeah, steak and egger. Yeah. They got everything here, and you can get it anytime. They have specials and all of that stuff. See that there? Really good stuff. They cook it right there. It's not frozen, whatever, junky food, right? See that there? Everything is made right here. Huh? See that there? There you go. Kitty menus. I always get, I'll show you what I like. I always like, where is it at? The T-bone. See, they have specials here, right? See that there? Yeah. There you go, right? See that right? Alright, let me get out of here, okay? Oh, I'll see. I'm running around doing whatever. That's for you, alright? Alright, see ya, thanks. So we're getting, take it easy. Bye. Steak and egg, 24 hours. My car's overheating, I gotta flush it, right? This is where they knocked down that coal plant, remember? Benito Juarez is over there. My kids graduated from that school. Alright, so we gotta do one at a time here. Coffee, and then milkshake, right? Oh, we go. Yeah, I gotta get a new seat. My seat's torn up over there. See, that's my... So you see my setup, right? That's... the radio calls there, right? So I'm on that. I also have, you know what? Let me get the things in here and then I'll explain how I got this operating, right? Oh yeah, don't be a dick. Let's go over here. This is a tore up car, man. It's all tore up and messy. Sometimes people say, hey, can I do a ride along? I say, one of the things is it's kind of a messy car, and I'm an old guy, I sweat in here. So here, so let me show you how this works. So now we're on the radio, right? So that's a live radio. That's live. I'm a ham operator. That's not a scanner. I'm a ham operator. I'm licensed by the federal government to use that. There's a license for that. It's an FCC license, ham operator's license.
1019.
That's 1019. This is citywide one. I got their frequency right there. You can listen to all kinds of frequencies. I'm not going to tell you what you can do. You sign up for the class, take it. These you can get these for $20, $10, right? They're not scanners. These are live feed radios. You got to be careful. If you misuse this, you can go to federal prison. I met a guy in the woods up in Michigan once. He got a 5-year sentence for misusing these. Because there's certain things people use these for to communicate, right? You can use them as phones, communications. I'm not going to tell you what else people use them for. And you can broadcast. You can do radio stations. You can do everything with this right there. You can do it right there. Radios are on this station. I'll show you. There's I don't know where it is here. You can get to the radio stations around here. What's up, Jessica? I don't know where the buttons are.
Channel mode. Frequency mode.
I don't know what it is. Let's see. Here, watch, see?
In the local lanes in 2 minutes faster. I-57, 18 in, 22 out. Bishopford outbound 25.
This is a radio. This gets direct from the radio. This is analog. It's not digital. That's still analog.
8094 East, slow
right
from
there.
Torrance to Calumet, westbound
See that?
heavy I-65 to
That's a
Broadway,
radio.
Traffic is sponsored by Jeff Beiser.
And that you get that through the frequency. You don't get it through this. This is something else. That gets it through the radio signal. This radio comes through the frequency, direct frequency. Right? FCC. There you go. What button did I push? Now I'm back. That's citywide one. Every station has its own. That citywide one. Chicago has about 18 or 19 channels. I can listen to state police, all of that, EMTs, all of that. It depends on how far you are. So that's citywide one. I'd listen to that directly. Again, you have to be a licensed operator for this. They can arrest you. One time I got, the police came in and tried to arrest me for that, and I had to tell them my number. Then this one, so what I do is here. So that's the regular radio, right? That's my live scanner. Let me show you this. I push this button here. All right, I'll show you what I do. Then in between the newscast and this, I go here, and then I go here. I go crime is down. So I've been in there for about 10 minutes. So I'll go back 10 minutes, right? This crime is down. So I'll go back 10 minutes and I'll hit this. And then we'll listen from that time. And I might listen to this at the same time in case something happens, right? Then what I have is I have this one here. Then I have this here where I do some recording, right? I put it on camera and I record. Or I monitor other things. This one is where I do commenting. Remember I was just swearing when I went into the shop? Well, this is what I was swearing about. Look at this. See, this is what the person just did. Drug addiction is addiction. I don't get the white part. Well, he's a white drug addict, and this is a troll. They know. Look, if you watch my show, you know what I do. You know how I talk. I'm a white man. I've been addicted to drugs. I've been homeless. I've been on alcohol. I've been clean and sober for 30 years. Knock on wood. Do I got wood to knock on? No, this is all plastic. Here, I got wood. Here, I got wood to knock on. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. I've been sober for 30 years. Right there, I'm knocking on wood. This is my wood here, right? Yeah, everybody know what that is, right? Knock on wood. So this guy talks about racism, that I'm some, right? So I tell him what? He's a white drug addict. That's a fact. Then we got the virtue signaler, who is what? They're probably the same guy. These are CTU people. Brandon Johnson says, no kidding. And this is just so sad. And I say, no, it's not sad. Someone's dealing drugs in downtown Chicago. That's what this is about. And stay off my page. You see? So these are virtue signaling. One tries a virtue signal. Second guy tries to say that I'm a racist or it's racism or whatever it is. I don't know what it is. But that's what I deal with on a daily basis. So I do commenting here. That's my traffic to go to here. This is, what did I say? I had videotape or something like that on there. Now I have another setup that I'm going to set up here. I have a computer actually I can put in here with GPS. That's what I have this here. See this all here? That's from my computer and GPS. I also have a CB radio right there that I can get on the CB. That's 10.4 rubber ducky. I don't have it hooked up now, but I can just plug it in and it starts. This is a CB radio right there, right? You knock on wood, right? Don't hit me. You know, I've been hit in the head with one of them before by the police, by the way. So. I love you, Marietta. What? Happy Killdozer Day. What does that mean, Jessica?
16 is citywide, getting the battery in progress. 3507 Melrose Park. 45 people in the alley fighting unknown weapons. Zone 1, this is 16 clear.
I got my milkshake, and I don't like showing my car because it's really, really dirty on the inside. It's really dirty, and I sit in here for 8 or 9 hours sometimes, and they just say it's not the best. I got to get some, let's say this, I should get some Febreze.
89 Adam. 89 Adam.
Excellent milkshake. Excellent milkshake. Wow. The T-bone steaks here, are good. I think they're about 15 or 16 bucks, but they're excellent.
Battery in progress. Adams and Wabash, and Adams. We got 2 male blacks fighting outside of the station. One is wearing a white diesel T-shirt. One is wearing all black.
Adams and Wabash, right?
District 1 zone 4.
Fighting, right? That's the drugs, right? So now I can hear you can hear it again, recycled, right? Listen up.
89 Adam.
Adams and Wabash, 2 people fighting.
110.
We were just there, weren't we? Didn't we? Look, weren't we just there saying?
Adams and Wabash, and Adams. We got 2 male blacks fighting outside of the station. One is wearing a
89 Adam.
89 Adam.
Bring a number for the courtesy Blue Line station, please.
11082, 11082. One in the city wagon, a battery in progress. Adams and Wabash, and Adams. We got 2 male blacks fighting outside of the station. One is wearing a white diesel T-shirt. One is wearing all black jeans. No weapons seen. District 1 zone 4 is clear.
Yes, ma'am. Event number for
outside of the station. We were just there, weren't we? You see that? Oh, drug addiction, it's bad. Virtue signaling, trying to say I'm some kind of racist. Why what? The exact place. We were just there. We were just there. I was just showing you the drug addicts and the drug dealing right there on Adams and Wabash. I just showed you the videos. I showed them to you. And now they're having a fight. So what did I say? I always say this. The police let crime happen. We were just in a place where we showed you all the drug dealing. We showed you the dope addicts. We showed you the white dopers. We showed you all of it. Well, there's explosions, bombs, knife fights, and killings and guns. But we said, look, see these drug addicts? Then on my page, so what happens? People come on, you're a racist, you're anti-drugs, oh, you're virtue signaling, oh, this is so sad. And what? Less than an hour later, we hear on the radio there's strong people fighting there, which is violence now. In the middle of our downtown, violent drug activity. Violent drug activity. It's what George Jefferson shows. He shows you what's happening. Look, if you want to do drugs, fine. If you want to sell drugs, fine. I'm not the cops. That's your thing. But when you do it in a downtown, when you do it by a school, when you're a migrant that's doing crime, when you're smashing and stealing cars, when you're blowing yourself up on the highway, you kind of affect us. You're affecting our lives. And that's not racist. That's not elitist. That's not virtue signaling. That's a normal behavior. Imagine, we've gotten to the point where people tell us we can't talk about crime. I can't show you a video of a guy doing drugs in the middle of our downtown in the public. And then an hour later, you hear a fight down over there. You just heard it. The fight just happened, right? You just heard it, right? You know what? I should videotape this. Because people say I made that up. What I do now, this is what I'll show you. So what I'll do is, I'll videotape. I'll show you what I do. So I can videotape the, what do you call it here? Oh man, I am losing the track of my mind because I'm dealing with these virtue signalers. And I don't like them, right? What I do is what I'll do is replay this, and then I'll put the tape on so you guys can see that's proof, right? I'm not making it up. Because people will say I'm lying, right?
Unit 9 City Lab, we got a person with us on 36 in Francisco, 15 to 6.
B385, boys. Take event 111, this is Sim. B389, Adam.
Unit 16 in City Lab, get the battery in progress, 3507 North Park, 45 people in the alley yelling, fighting, unknown weapons.
John, unit coming in. B3, John. 110.
What I'm doing is I'm looking for the call and I'm going to record it. So people don't say I didn't make that up.
Unit 9 City Lab, we got a person with us on 36 in Francisco, 15 to 15.
7385 George. Take event 11108. B385, boys. 85, boy, yeah. Sorry, Spotted, it's 7385 David. Could we get a red line check at 79?
Because people say I made that up, right?
23.
So we ain't going to do that.
7385 George.
85 George.
Event number for Garfield, red line, please.
Alright, let's take event number 1, John.
7383 Eddie.
Adams and Wabash, right?
Take event number 10892, 10892.
Try to repeat that one more time.
Sure, 10892, 10892.
7389, boy.
Alright, take event number 1.
Can't find it. When did it happen? Just happened. Oh.
909.
I'm looking for that radio call.
2700 Adam.
Adams and Wabash. I thought I heard it.
Just a heads up, looks like 10.
Unit 9 City Lab, we got a person with us on 36 in Francisco, 15 to 15.
7385 George.
Take event 11108.
This is Sim. B389 Adam.
Unit 16 in City Lab, get the battery in progress, 3507 North Park, 45 people in the alley yelling, fighting, unknown weapons. Zone 1, this is 16 clear.
John, unit coming in. D3 John.
I'm going backwards in time.
7383 John. Parking 3 John.
110.
7383 Eddie. 62.
I got 109. 10960.
That's Ramona.
388.
Unit coming in?
7388 boy.
88 boy down.
Number for Belmont Blue Line. I-4. 270 Adam. Can you show?
I can't find that call now.
7389.
Take event number 10892 10892.
7389 boy.
89 boy.
7383 Eddie.
John. 83 John.
Strange.
Number for Parson Lake.
It might be another call. I gotta listen to all the calls. I don't want to do that.
20.
That's why I mark it. There's a way here. So I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm going backwards in time, right, with the calls. And if there's a call that you like, see, I'm going backwards. I can't find it. If there's a call you like, I'll show you what you do. It might be that one.
7389 boy.
I think it's this one.
Ticket event number 10909 10909.
270 Adam. Can you show me clear from that one? I-4.
I'll show you how you mark it.
Be clear from Sacramento, and can I get a home one?
I think it might be this one.
10960.
It's a long one, right?
Unit coming in?
7388 boy.
So that's back, what, a few minutes, right?
Belmont Blue Line.
I got 10970.
62.
I'll show you how to mark it in once.
766.
Drop off for 22 Chinatown. 7383 Eddie.
1101.
John.
John, unit coming in?
D3 John.
7383 John.
Parking Lake Station.
Take event 110.
Unit 16 and City White getting battery in progress. 3507 North Oak Park.
You mark it like that. See that? You mark it with that. There's a star there. See that? You just hit the star.
389 Adam.
See the star? You just hit it, right?
Number for the Tennessee Blue Line Station, please.
I'm just showing you guys how I do this, right?
11082 11082.
One in the City White getting battery in progress. Adams and Wabash.
There we go. We found it. So you mark it. See, I marked it so I don't lose it. Now I can record it. So people, because people say I lie, right? So now what I'll do is, watch how I do it. I'll show you exactly how I do a post, right? Look.
389 Adam.
So I wrote it already, right? And then I hit the picture.
Tennessee Blue Line Station, please.
11082 11082.
My phone is freezing now.
One in the City White getting battery in progress. Adams and Wabash and Adams.
So I gotta go backwards now. It's embedded in 27, that one. So now what I do is I hit record. I hit record. Now watch what I do, right? And then I videotape it when it gets the time, right?
11082 11082.
So now it starts, watch.
One in the City White getting battery in progress. Adams and Wabash and Adams. We got 2 male blacks fighting outside of the station. One is wearing a white diesel t-shirt. One is wearing all black jeans, no weapons seen. District 1 zone 4 is clear.
There. So I got the recording, right? So I say use video. Anybody can do this. I'm not doing rocket science, so I do use video. Then I have what it is right there. Adams and Wabash, 2 people fighting outside of the station. I gotta correct the outside the station, right? See? And then I do what? I copy the whole thing because I double post. I post on Facebook and Twitter. So I do select all, copy. I do post, right? So that's to my Twitter account. Then I go here. Then I go to my Facebook account, right? That's what you're seeing on Facebook, right? So then I go here. I hit this. There's the recording, right? And then I hit that. Paste. There you go. Done. Share now. Now it's on both places. But if I'm really doing stuff, I'll put it on TikTok, I'll put it on Instagram, but it's a lot of work. So here's the thing what I got to tell you about this. You see this? Anyone can do this. You can pay for this. He has a way to pay for it and you get more access. I don't pay for it. I gave him money before. But, oh, excuse me, sir. But I don't use it that much, so that's why I don't pay for it. I mean, I don't use it to the depths of what you pay for. When you pay for it, he gives you transcripts, blah, blah, blah. I don't need that stuff. So I'm so fast, I don't got time to do one case. Here's the thing I gotta say. First of all, you guys know crime is down, right? You go here. You can check your own neighborhoods. You go to map. See Chicago map? You punch in your address. Where are we at? We're at Steak and Egg. We're at, what are we at? We're at 2200 South Troop, right? 2200 South Troop, right? You go search. There you go. Now you got it. It tells you there. It tells you who your alderman is. It shows you the community area. And there's the recordings. Now, with the zones, they're encrypted. So that means they're 30 minutes late. That means if it's 6:30, you're going to listen to things that happen at 6. So then what do? You can download records, listen to what? Channel in Inglewood. Look at that. This is the fire channel. So you can listen to the fire department in this area. You see that there? So we're going to listen to the CPD. You hit that. Now it says it right there. These are 30-minute delayed. These are zones. So right here, we're in Steak and Egger. If I want to hear what's going on here, and remember, these are a half hour late. It comes up at 6:30, but it's really a 6 o'clock call. So you can go here and you can listen to what happened. See that? This is a different dispatcher.
900 West Lake, involving a valet for a Let Us Entertain You restaurant. I have no description, nothing further.
Okay. So that's how you do it.
12:25.
So this is the latest thing that happened here is what? At 6 o'clock.
This one's going to take you to the other end of the sector, 35B for a deceptive practice. It has almost 40 minutes on it now. 2201 South Union. 123 DJ store. One states there's a male that has a stolen credit card, male black, orange shirt with pants. Nothing further.
There you go. Stolen credit card down on Union. It's right down the street. Just happened at 6 o'clock. We'll maybe go check that out, right? I'll mark that.
1664 West Division at Target for a male black, 6 feet tall, wearing a gray sweatshirt, Persian gray sweater, gray backpack, last seen in the liquor department. Nothing further.
There you go. So you can check your own neighborhood. I got a lady that sent me a bunch of stuff. I have to dig it up. She sent me an email, and I promised I'd help her to find something, but I get busy.
Another one that just hit on the beat for disturbance 2140 was Schiller. Jillian says she wants police because she fears her neighbors will steal her upcoming packages. Nothing further.
That sounds like you, Marietta. That's Marietta. I thought that was you, Marietta. That's you. That's you, right? They mess with you. I'm like, is that Marietta? Thank you. I appreciate you, Marietta. So this is Crime is Down. I don't do nothing magical. This you have to have a license for it. You can buy those and you can listen. You can get arrested for them if you got it on. That's a live radio there. That's live. They have encrypted on here too, but now I'm listening to Citywide. That's live. So now you go here. Did you hear what she said? Go scanner audio. You go to Citywide. That's that channel. And you go here.
11348.
This got a little bit of delay. It's got like about a less than 10-second delay. Watch.
383 George. 10-5. 15 West 95th.
That's that channel there. But this is Crime is Down. It's about a less than 30-second delay. It's not encrypted. It's just between the internet and the live. That's it. Look, this is why I'm showing. This is why I'm showing you guys this. I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not inventing nothing new. Chasing crime, listening to scanners is nothing new. I'm not doing anything. And look, I'm a teacher. I'm showing you what I do. I showed you, right? So now you go here. I go onto my Facebook. There you go. It's posted. That's how you made a post.
Outside of the station. One is wearing a white diesel t-shirt.
So that's what I just did. And you can see that's we just did. We just did that. I did that with you. Look. Bubba said, well, I'm going to do it now. Well, go ahead.
I got a call for shots fired. 46 Hermitage. Caller said they heard about 6 gunshots outside at the 1st District 9 on 13.
The more people that are doing this, the more we can listen to what's going on and the more we can figure out what the problem is. Do bad guys listen to the radio so they know the cops are coming? Good.
I got a call for shots fired. 46
Good.
Caller said they heard about 6 gunshots outside at the 1st District 9 on 13.
Good. If the bad guys are listening, they don't want to be on the street when the cops come, that's good. That means they're what? Receptive to what? Public stuff. I told you, I ain't into if you're doing stuff. I'm not a cop, man. I'm not here to arrest you, man. If you're on the street, then you can get videotaped. That's my right. I'm not here to, I don't send my videos to cops. I don't have cop numbers in my phone. I don't send stuff to the cops unless they mess with me, and then I deal with the cops on my own. If it's something really dangerous or we're on TV and then I ask everybody to call the cops, you guys say do it, but I just make a report. I don't integrate my activities with the police department. I am not affiliated with the police. The only thing that I'm affiliated with is what? I have this. I have a credential, right? I'm a credentialed media guy, right? I have one of these, right? I passed a background check, and I have one of these. I've had this for almost 20 years now. I have a credentialed media in Chicago. So I don't work with the cops. That's not what reporters need to be doing. If you're working with the cops and you work with the cops, that's all right. I don't care. So people say, oh man, he's videotaping the dealers and this, and he's after you. Like, no, I ain't. Now, do I want drug dealing on city streets? No. Do I say what I feel when I'm looking at the video? Yes, that's my viewpoint. But I'm not a cop. I don't send my things to cops. I don't care what the cops do. That's not my business, right? That's not my business. I report on crime. That's what I do. So I hope I explained myself today a little bit. And you've seen how we make it. As they say in the world, you've seen how they make the sausage, right? So, and I'm not afraid of everybody doing it. I wish everybody would do this. Because the more you do this, the more safe we are. Like Citizen App. The only thing with Citizen App is they just cut off some of our access. But it's a good app. I like it. All right, let's get out of here, right? Where are we going? I have no clue. Let's go back to Citywide 1. Because, yeah, there we go.
383 George.
83 George, go.
George,
11348. 11348.
And look, I got a lot of, let me show you this.
I got a call for shots fired. 46 Hermitage. Caller said they heard about 6 gunshots outside at the 1st District 9 on 13.
I go on Twitter and I go through the hashtag and it tells me the latest, right? These are other crime chasers. See that? So he said street strippers en route, repost, and I want to see what that is, right? Oh, what? I got.
83
Ready to get out of here?
385 out of report.
85 out of
Steak and egger. Steak and egger.
The number for 14
24/7.
Take event number 11420. 11420.
You know, look, there's two philosophies about education. Oh, I'm teaching you in business and also business. Business, education, whatever it is. People want to be the best, know everything, and then maybe you make money off of it, maybe you become famous, whatever. I don't know what people do, right? Whatever. So sometimes they don't want people to know what they're doing, right? Or they tell you only a certain amount because they want to be the guy that's in charge, or the woman in charge, right? I don't care about that. I don't care if 1 billion people do what I'm doing. I don't care, because that's 1 billion people doing what I'm doing. And guess what? Guess what? If 1 billion people are doing what I'm doing, what can I do? I can do something else. See, that's my philosophy of business. So they got a lot of anti-ice stuff here, man. There you go. That's Bonivo, baby. Yeah, you're in the anti-ice territory here. Check it out. That's a cool graffiti there, huh? See that one there? That's about 3 stories tall graffiti there, huh? They got Bonivo, man. That's a pretty good one. I kind of chuckle at that. See that there? That's pretty cool. It's artwork, man. They even got an oink on there, man. You know, artwork is artwork, man. Oh, man, that's wicked. You don't want to see this one. This is evil looking. Look at this. This is like... You want to see this one? This might scare you, Marietta. Don't look at this one. I don't know if you like evil things or scary things. Look at that. That's pretty scary there, huh? That's pretty wild. I think that's the devil, isn't it? I think that's the devil. Right? I think that's the devil.
Get one for those on the red line.
I gotta take a picture of that. I don't know if I should take a picture of that. Then they got the Bonivo on the other one. That's pretty cool, huh?
85, David. Who do you want for 39 red line?
Look at that number 11443. 11443.
So that's what I do. I drive around. I used to just do pure graffiti pictures all over. I got thousands of graffiti pictures. I used to do graffiti and abandoned building stuff. I never did crime. I didn't do this stuff till about 2.5 years ago. I was doing when Juan started watching me, I wasn't doing crime, I was doing migrants. I wasn't doing crime, I was doing migrants. Now, crime is something new to me. And look, I'm gonna say this one more time, and I know I'm repeating myself. I don't care if 1 billion people do what I'm doing. And you might even get rich doing it, because I don't know how to make money, right? Why is my door open, huh? I'm a bad businessman. I'm a bad businessman. They used to have the migrants in this building. When they first came to Chicago, the migrants were in this building right here. Right here. I got video of me giving them computers and clothes. I fixed computers. I gave them 6 computers. The NGO stole them. Yeah. Oh, man, we got some activity right in front of us. Look at that. The point I'm trying to say is, my philosophy of knowledge is to share knowledge. The more people know what I know, the better I become. You can even tell me if I'm making mistakes, if I can do something better. And what? If you can do a car, then I can do a plane. If I can do a plane, then you can do the boat. And if you can fix the boat, then you kind of get... I believe that if we work together as a society, that everybody does stuff. And as we do things, we become better and we help each other and we can do more. That's my philosophy. Some people don't like that. They don't like to share. They're greedy. They want to make a lot of money. Yeah, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being greedy and making money. But they control the information. You kind of get it? So we're going to see what this is about, right? They just came, the ambulance, right? We're going to see what we can see here, right? We got engine number 18 here, and we got an ambulance 19, and we got a squad car over here, too. We got all kinds of stuff happening over here, and we got to help people wanting to get through here, right? Let me turn around and see what's going on here, huh? There you go. So that's my philosophy, so you understand what I'm thinking, what I do. Yeah, I'm not into it. You would see, I'll show you exactly what I do, how I do it, all that. And I told you I get some money from Facebook. I got about it varies between $800 to $1,000 a month, and that barely covers mine. Last month I had to pay for my brakes. I just had my brakes done. That was $1,400. And I got all these lights still coming on. So how do I make money? I don't make money, right? There you go, man. We don't know what's going on there, right? There you go, right? SubX.News on the spot reporting here. Where are we at? We're at Racine, and I don't know what this other cross street is here. I don't know what this is. This Cullerton, maybe? I don't know. We're at 1844 South Racine. There you go, right? So what you do is you time mark this, right? And I time marked it. I say it's 6:51 p.m. It's SubX.News on the spot reporting. We're on 1844 South Racine. We just seen the fire truck leave. We still have ambulance 19 on scene. We have squad. The number on the squad is 8345. They're at the corner. We don't see anything going on. So what I would do is, if I had time, or you have a team, or you would do it, or you want to do it, or you want to follow up, you would look through the radio calls. This is the way you would track this case. I'll tell you how you track this case. You would go to the local radio. So you'd have to punch in the address and go to the encrypted one, which is what? A half-hour delay. So you'd have to look for this radio call. And your first call, they would say, this is what's happened, they're dispatching it. Secondly, since it's fire department, you can track it through the fire department scanner too, right? Got that? Let me put it on Citizen App. Citizen Apps tracks it with multiple things here. So let me put it on Citizen. We can figure out what's happening here on Citizen App. Now, I forgot to do that. Because I was talking too much, right? And then I'll tell you how to create this case. You can figure out what's going on. I'll tell you all the steps, right? So the first thing is you have to have the time and the address. That's the most important thing you have to have on anything. That's why I always say that. I always try to say the time and the address. I try to do that every recording. That way you can mark your recordings. It doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter how many years you have it or whatever. But if you do that, then what? Then you kind of have like a bookmark, it's called, right? So then what do? You know the place, you get the video, you sit here, you talk about what you see, right? What do you see? You've seen a bunch of guys talking, you've seen the fire truck leave, ambulance number 9 is still here, right? So, you're here. And I like Citizen App because Citizen App actually marks the time, right? So does Facebook if you're live feeding, but this is ongoing. So now what do? You have the what? The address, the time, and the date. So when you get home, or if you got somebody helping you, you can backtrack what? The original radio call. You can, in this is fire department, you can get the fire department call, right? But the main point you want to get is 2 things from these radio calls. You want to get the event number. That's a 5-digit number. Or you want the RD number, which is a police report. Event number is that they came here. The RD number is that there's a police report. That might have been an arrest or something happened. So 2 things. You want the event number and the RD number. Once you get those 2, you can request through a FOIA from the police department all the records of this stuff and the fire department. So you need 2 things. You need the event number and the RD number. And then you can backtrack everything that happened and you can write a story. So everything has a story. Right now, you're looking at something. We don't know what happened here. We have no clue. I have no clue what happened here. Maybe we can listen to the recordings. I don't know if I have that time. We're getting up on the 7 o'clock hour. We've been running live for 3 hours already. But what I do is I record it, I talk about it, and then on my recordings at home, maybe I'll look it up. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't think anybody went in the ambulance. I don't see anybody arrested, so who knows what happened here. But you can double check. This could be something that you want to try out. Again, we're at 1844 South Racine. We had what? Ambulance 819. We have squad 8345 here. They're on the corner. There was also a fire truck here. So you can look that up. It's June 4th, 2026, and you can backtrack it. Remember, you want the event number and an RD number. Sometimes there's no RD numbers, but there's always an event number. And then with the event number, you can request what everything have. You can get the call logs, who was dispatched, and then what actually happened. And you can write a story, or you can call whoever is involved and try to get more information, or whatever you can. That's what reporters do. So I'm telling you how you create a story. This can be a story if you want. Maybe it's a drunk guy, maybe it's a high guy, maybe it's domestic violence. Who knows what it was? We don't know what this was, right? But the point I'm trying to make now is what? Anyone can do this. It's not rocket science. You can do it. Anyone can do this, and you can do it at any place, right? See, we got the video. You can make pictures. You can take screenshots from your videos, all of this stuff, right? You move around your camera like that, right? See that? You can make a story. You can make a video story. 911, the crime chaser, he uses AI to talk. You can put all the information in, and now they got AI software where the AI will be like a newscaster. If you don't want to talk, it can make it for you. It will. And you don't even need to do all the typing. You could get all the information, the documents, when you do a FOIA request through the event number, the RD number. You can throw those documents into an AI. The AI will read it and can say, hey, make me a news story for this. And then you can throw it into another AI where the AI will talk. You got the video. You put the police report with the picture inside of your video, and the AI will talk for you. Now you got a news story. But guess what? That takes a lot of work. And this one little case right here can take you about 2 to 3 hours. And it takes 5 days to get a FOIA. It takes 5 days to get a FOIA. So think about how much time you invest in this. And if just thousands of these cases every day and all over, it keeps you busy. So that's why you need to work. I can't backtrack all of these cases. I might, just for an example, for the viewership. But everyone can do this. Yeah, that's demonic, right? Yeah, I thought it was. So everyone can do this. It's not rocket science. I'm not the smartest guy everywhere. So it looks like they might have somebody in the ambulance because got the ambulance on, right? So somebody might be in that ambulance. Maybe, maybe not. Or maybe they're going somewhere else. There we go. Yeah, they got somebody in there. The witness was the cop car. Let me show you this. The cop car went behind the ambulance. So let me show you this. So when the cop car goes behind the ambulance, that means somebody's in the ambulance that either is a witness or the crook. Sometimes what crooks do, if you want, we'll follow this all the way. It's probably going to Stroger or Mount Sinai. Might go to St. Anthony's, depending on what it is. We're listening to the radio too. See, so that's something. Somebody's in the ambulance there. So we should backtrack what this is about. Someone's in the ambulance and they're going to the hospital. There might be a witness or a victim in there. So that's something that happened here. Again, you want the event number and the RD number, right? That's what you want. We're going to listen to the local news now. If you want, we can see where they're going. They might go to UIC Hospital.
Night off, and AccuWeather's letting us know it's going to be.
You want to go see where they're going?
We'll see a couple of.
We'll follow them. Ambulance chase.
Some western suburbs with a low near 70 tonight. Tomorrow we'll see a high of 82 degrees with a low of 67. Expect rain and thunderstorms at 7 o'clock.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packer. Health alert in Texas. The state health department urging doctors to be on the lookout for potential New World screwworm cases in humans, especially if they've been in contact with cattle infected with the pest. This while noting there has been no human-to-human spread yet. The Agriculture Secretary confirming that the New World screwworm has been detected in Texas. Secretary Brooke Rollins says beef is still safe to eat.
That sounds wicked.
Is not compromised at all. This is not a disease. It is not a virus. It is simply an insect that lands in a wound and lays eggs that like to eat the flesh around the wound.
Concerned that this will drive the price of beef higher. After a handful of prior attempts, the House passed a War Powers resolution that would urge President Trump to call off U.S. military action in Iran unless Congress approves it. Reaction from the president?
He called it a meaningless vote. He accused the Republicans, 4 of them that joined those Democrats, to vote for this resolution. He called them grandstanders, and he has said that this is going to complicate his efforts to reach a final.
They're going to Cook County Hospital. If they're going to Mount Sinai, they would have went right here. They might go to still the Mount Sinai.
Now, that's not exactly.
I'll show you end to end, right? Now we're ambulance chasing, right?
It may not work out.
ABC's Karen Travers at the White House. As President Trump prepares to nominate his former defense attorney for the next U.S. Attorney General, Democrats and some Republicans say acting Attorney General Todd Blanche has a tough confirmation ahead. More from ABC's Mary Bruce.
In addition to facing tough questions about January 6th, Todd Blanche will also have to answer for the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein files.
Ambulance 19, right? That's why you gotta have numbers.
On the Hill last week told lawmakers that Blanche was the one in charge of the process in the entire release of the Epstein files.
You're listening to ABC News.
Used to be CBS.
Temporary fix. It's Legit back there again, in the pharmacy aisle, looking for the new and improved pill or spray that will clear up your stuffy nose. And you'll give it a try, because at least it helps you breathe, right? Yeah, it does. And it may work, but it's hurting you more than it's helping. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula with Advent, where we've pioneered simple solutions to nasal breathing problems without the pain and inconvenience of surgery. In-office procedures like balloon sinuplasty require 0 surgical cuts, little to no downtime, and can have you breathing better in just 20 minutes. There are few, if any, practices that have been performing the balloon sinuplasty procedure longer than Advent. That's why we're a global destination for those living with nasal breathing problems. Visit AdventKnows.com to see if you're a candidate for balloon sinuplasty. Because Advent knows, when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions.
We're going to the hospital, right?
News, traffic, and weather station. News Radio 1059 and WBBM News.
They just had the hostage thing here. This is the FBI station, right? Down the street.
7:03 on Thursday, June 4th, 2026. Good evening. I'm Glenn Marshall, and currently we're sitting under partly sunny skies. It's about 86 degrees here in Chicago. Tonight we're going to get partly to mostly cloudy and warm with a thunderstorm towards daybreak in some western suburbs. It'll be a low near 70 degrees tonight. Tomorrow we'll start the day with clouds and some sun at times. Breezy.
You got a bender. They're bending everywhere, man. That dude's bent.
A high of 82 during the day and a low of 67 tomorrow with a couple of thunderstorms around, any which could produce some damaging winds. We're going to look at that AccuWeather 5-day forecast at 7:15, but right now
it's everywhere, man. They must have a good batch.
WBBM. Police in Melrose Park are searching for.
We got a good batch out today, man.
This morning at an Amazon facility. WBBM's Andy Dane is following.
We got a good batch today, right?
The Amazon Fulfillment Center in the 1800 block of North 5th Avenue around 9 a.m.
Good batch out today, huh?
2 people were involved in a fight when one of them was shot. The victim was taken to Loyola University Medical Center and pronounced dead. Investigators calling this an isolated incident and say the parking garage is only accessible to Amazon workers.
What do you think he's doing?
Is in custody. Andy Dane, News Radio 1059 WBBM.
A new report on gun violence in Illinois finds that black residents are 26 times more likely to be shot to death than white residents.
This comes from an annual report compiled by the Violence Policy Center and One AIM Illinois. Josh Sugarman is the executive director of the Violence Policy Center.
Smoking a pipe.
Data from this study comes from the Federal Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is the leading federal resource for this type of gun death data. This is the sort of thing that the gun lobby or the gun industry cannot really say that we're misleading in any way. It's in black and white, and it's very alarming.
Sugarman says while black residents make up about 14% of the Illinois population, they account for nearly 69% of firearm homicide victims.
Oh, he's got a cigarette,
right? News Radio 1059 WBBM.
A new effort to regulate faster electric bikes and scooters is speeding towards Governor Pritzker's desk. And
it's everywhere, man.
Say it's not a moment too soon.
There's a batch was dropped off in our city or something.
Lurie Children's Hospital emergency room Dr. Christine Cieslak says too many young riders of scooters and e-bikes learn that physics lesson the hard way when their first ride ends in a crash.
It happens so fast. I had no idea this could happen, and I'm scared to ride again.
The new rules approved by the state legislature are designed to curb those crashes by setting new statewide standards for electric bikes, e-scooters, and electric skateboards. Secretary of State Alexi Janulius.
For the vast majority of e-bike riders, nothing changes.
But people who ride e-bikes and e-motos capable of doing more than 50 miles per hour would have to be licensed and would have to get their bikes registered and insured. Janulia says he doesn't know how much more money that could bring into the state.
That has not been our
You're
focus.
turning, I got the right of way.
Part of the calculus for people buying or gifting those faster bikes. There's no word on when the governor will consider.
Who's going straight has the right of way. When you turn, you're at fault.
Ravenswood neighbors are giving away housewares and more this weekend. More than 200 homes are registered to participate.
Nah, we heard that already. I don't know nobody's junk, man. I'll give you all my junk if you want. I got a whole garage full of stuff. If you want stuff. Alrighty, where are we going back? We're going back to some radio calls, maybe? There we go. Radio calls, right? Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I want to end at the Cook County to show you where that ambulance went, right?
Alright, 7387, boy.
And we'll end the broadcast that way tonight. And then whatever I do tonight, usually it's Thursdays are my movie nights. I'm doing movies. I haven't watched a movie in a while, so I got to do movie night tonight. And I got to rest because I told everybody, right? I went to sleep at 10 a.m. today. I went to sleep at 10 a.m. I didn't go to sleep all night, so. There's that guy that just got off the bus over there, right? We're gonna go over here to Cook County. There's that guy, right? He's over there, man. He's doing whatever he's doing, right? He's all hunched over and messed up, right? And there. He's looking through garbage cans, doing whatever, man. Whatever, to each his own. We're going to Cook County Hospital. We're going to see if that ambulance 19 is here, and this is how we're going to end our night, right? 7 o'clock, we're past our 3-hour mark. And that's it. I appreciate everybody watching. And I did a lot of talking. I hope I gave some information. Maybe you got excited. Maybe you got mad. I don't know what happened. But I'll tell you this before I sign off and let the radio go. I always appreciate people watching. I do. I do. It has nothing to do with anything else, and I always say this. And Marietta knows what I always say this. Marietta knows this one. I'm not looking for followers. I am not looking for followers. Absolutely, I'm not. You're like, he's crazy. He's on the internet. He says he doesn't want followers. I don't. I'm not into followers. Why? I want leaders. I want to be in a room of leaders. I don't want to be in a room of followers. That's why we're in the situation we're now. Everybody's been taught to be a follower. Oh, yeah, we got crime. It's bad. Well, why do we have crime? Why is there white drug addicts downtown doing drugs? Huh? What? Nah, you're a follower. Hey, I just showed you the comments. Those are from followers, right? They follow someone else and they say, yeah, he's commenting a certain way on his page, so make sure you attack him, right? Virtue signal, call him a racist, whatever it is they do. Those are followers. I'm not looking for followers, and I don't look for anybody that wants to agree with me. I want to make change. I want things to be fixed. I'm going to say this, and this might get weird to somebody. If you want to deal drugs, fine. Figure out how to do it legally. How about that one? I don't care how you make your money. That's not my thing. And that has nothing to do with why I do this. Absolutely not. So that's something I needed to put out there, right? People don't understand it because I was threatened by somebody the other day. Threatened with somebody I was working for a little while. He threatened me. You know, I'm not going to tell you who it was, and I don't want to tell you what the threat was, but it was a direct threat. Direct threat. Direct. You'll see. They're going to get you. That's what was told to me by somebody I worked with for a few years. And the person repeated lies about my page and what I say and do. I'm not in this for the money. I'm not in this for the fame. I'm 58 years old, man. I got a place to stay, I got a place to eat, I got a place to sleep. Is it the best situation? No. Do I need to fix my car and need money? Absolutely. But you know what? I got a coffee and a milkshake. Remember, ambulance number 19, that's what we're looking for, right? It might be here, it might be Mount Sinai. I think they came here. We'll see, right? Ambulance 19, right? And we can see it over here, right? And that's how we'll end up our thing. I love Cook County Hospital. Used to come here all the time. My second son, James, he was here for 3 months. He almost died. 3 months, I was here every day. One day I'll tell you about that story. Is that it over there? Ambulance 19 or not? They might have went then. If they're not here, then they went to Mount Sinai. I don't see it here. I don't see ambulance. So they might have went to Mount Sinai. And it looks like they went to Mount, unless it was 80, unless we can track it through the, unless we track it through the police car. There's a couple of police cars over there. See that there? Let me squeeze through. There's a guy right there on the ground, huh? So we don't see ambulance 19 here. They might have already left. I don't know. So that's how you would track it. Then you can track where they were dispatched from, where they ended up. You can do a whole story on that event that we just showed you. So I think that'll be about it. It's 7:12. You know me, if something comes up, I'll post it. I just showed you a bunch of stuff. Again, do whatever you want. It's a lot. I don't mind it. I don't care. I'm not the owner of anything, man. I don't own anything you just seen. I don't want any of that. The scanners and all of that stuff. I own some of the equipment, but what I do, what I listen to is open for anybody, and that's what I believe in, and that's the last part of what I want to end up with. I'll end with this. I believe in radical transparency. And my family don't like it because I do a lot of online stuff, and I used to do a lot more live feeding and a lot more posting. If you think I do a lot of posting today, no, I used to do more. A lot more than I do now. I don't do as much as I used to. I used to do a lot more. Here, I'll tell you what I used to do. I used to get up in the morning at 4:30. I used to jog and ride my bike and live feed that. I did that for 3 years straight. I would take a picture and write about the picture was my affirmation for the day. So I'd do a video, live feed, then I would do a picture, then I would do a breakfast talk about, then I would post whatever I was doing during the day. I would do a lunch picture, then I would do a sunset picture or a video. In the middle of all of that, I hooked up with a guy named Kaimon. He's out of Hyde Park, and he goes between Hyde Park and Africa. We were competing against sunrise pictures. So before I exercised and rode my bike, I would do a sunrise live. Then I would do a bike ride live. Then I would do a sunset live. And in the middle of that, I did a whole bunch of postings. So that's what I used to do many, many years ago, and all of that got erased by Facebook. So I'm doing a lot less because maybe I'm older and I can't do as much. But this is what I believe in. I believe in free, radical transparency, that all the information that's out there, we can share it and use it. What's confidential is confidential. That's cool. That's good. But if you're in the public sphere, then it's public. And the reason I believe in that is because when we know what's going on, we can work together to figure things out. Good or bad. Good or bad. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying things are good or bad. I'm just saying we can work together to figure things out. And we have all the information to figure the things out. You know, this is medical examiners, right? When you die, they bring you over here, right? This place. That's the ME's place. That's the medical examiners. You can sit here and do cases all day long and take pictures right here. That's the ME's office right here. Okay. I'm going to show you. This is, I'm pretty sure this is, or is it the next building? I don't know which one it is. I think it's this building, or is it the next building? I don't know which one. It's one of these buildings is the ME's office. Or is it the other building? No, it's the other building there. I'll show you, and that's where we'll end up. Again, why am I showing you this? Why? So you can do whatever you want. Maybe you... Can I get out over there? This is the first Red Cross up here.
11830.
They take a picture of your plate. That's what this is. I messed up. So that's the Red Cross. That's something else. That's VA. This is the medical examiner. So when you die or pass away in a violent death, this is where you end up, right here. So if you wanted to, you could sit here all day and track whatever happened. You can do stories about everybody who dies in Chicago. It happens. There's thousands of deaths. You can say, well, that's morbid, John. That's morbid. I said, look, I don't know what you're into, but everybody has a story. Even people who pass away have a story, and they have a story to be told. And that's why I keep saying this. We all can do whatever we want, and there's plenty of stuff out here to do. And this is the ME's office right here. This is the medical examiner's office right there. When COVID was happening, they had trucks out here. They didn't have enough space for all the dead bodies. See, medical examiners. I tell you, this is it right there. See, it says it right there. Medical examiner's parking office, right? So, let's end there. I don't know. I should end on a nice note, right? Not on this morbid note. Let's go somewhere. I'll show you something cool. How about I show you something cool and we'll end like that? I'll drive a little bit. We're a little bit over our time. We'll listen to some more of the radio calls if we missed anything. Again, if something pops up, I'll go on live. I'll do some work. I'll try to keep everybody informed, but that's why I show you what I do, so you can be informed. Again, my philosophy is everybody has information, so you're not depending on one person to get your information from. That's the other one, right? It's called gatekeeping, right? I don't like gatekeepers. Everybody knows what gatekeeping is, right? When somebody's in charge and you have to go through them to get your information. I don't believe in that stuff. Right? Something's wrong with my car, that's for sure. I'll tell you that, I can feel it. It's dragging. It's dragging. I'm gonna show you something that will end up. There's a big community garden here, right? This is the University Village, right? Oh, I can't get out. Look at it. It's all cul-de-sacs here. See how it's hooked up here? You know, these are all professors, and these were all the Italians used to live here, right? See, they got cul-de-sacs, right? That's why I drive a Jeep. I'll take you to one last spot, and we'll end the video there, right?
And then going Damon westbound.
Stolen car?
8322.
Something on a bus. 8322.
7387, boys.
Alright, take you VIN number 11887. 11887.
Thank you. 7385 Adam.
7385 Adam, boy.
Can I get a number for a quality of life vision?
That's 11895, 11895.
383 David.
7383 David.
Little Italy. Got gang banging here. See that there?
11896.
Gang bang everywhere, right? That's gang banging right there, right? Taylor and Oakley, right? See the gang banging?
Number for 783 red line.
11909, 11909.
Gangs are everywhere.
7383 Lincoln.
Can I get a van number for Clark and Division, Red Line 6?
Where did I want to go?
11916, 11916.
I want to show you guys something, right? It's an old neighborhood here, Little Italy, right? I want to show you something. That's where we're going to
David. First riding train 5586, red line, northbound from 79.
11921, 11922. 7383 King.
This is what I want to show you.
7383 King.
Because we had some demonic, and now we're going to have happy graffiti, right?
11926, 11926.
No, that's too happy there. And that's a little demonic too, right? Maybe not. And that's a little better graffiti. How about that? What's that clown's name? I forget. Bosco? That's Bosco the clown. Look him up. And that's Popeye the Sailor, right? Right? That's Bosco, Popeye the Sailor, and Mickey the Mouse. Right, there you go. Have a good night. We're at Lulu's, by the way. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. I appreciate everybody watching. It's 7:22 p.m. June 4, 2026. I hope you learned something. I hope you had a little fun. I hope I entertained you. If I didn't, I didn't. If you got mad, you got insulted. It is what it is, right? But I hope we can work together and figure some stuff out. Again, I'm not looking for followers. I'm looking for leaders. I want leaders. I want people who are willing to... I'm looking for people who want to work together, whether we do it physically through the internet or never meet ever in our lifetimes. But people who are doing things to create change in our city, in our state, in our society. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to list. I don't want to know you. I don't want to meet you. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. What I want is everybody working and doing their thing. I'm not into managing people, and I don't want to manage people. I have no interest in that, right? That's why I say I don't want followers. I want people that are going to do things that create the change. I want to report the change. I want to be part of that, right? That's what I want. Take it easy. Have a good night. SubX.News on the spot reporting. It is now 7:23 p.m. It's June 4th, 2026. Have a good night. Signing off.